do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safeway Liquid Beer Release podcast.
We ride again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
Check-in, come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello. It's not static, AM radio. It's the Cool Bed Red Hot Nielson Show. Let's go. Everybody tuning in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromella intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in, he's your dealer for life. Let's crack at 6 o'clock and log you with some sirloin bites.
Oh, what a beautiful sound. Welcome to the Nielson Show. Good morning. Tom Gazzola, in for Lieutenant Eric. Dave Jamieson, in for Dustin Nielson. Yes. And YouTube Trev at the helm, doing all right. Back at the technical desk. Hope you're doing well out there on a cold and rainy Tuesday, but lots to talk about. I'm so pleased, Dave, to be working with you. I don't know if
that feeling will wear off.
No, it won't.
You'll get 10 minutes in, maybe, and then you'll go, wow, what an anchor. What an anchor this old guy is to my right.
You might say that about me.
No, not at all. Not at all. Good to be sharing a microphone with you.
It's wonderful. It's been a while, like outside of the
I'm trying
hangout.
to think.
Probably 1260 when I would pop on with you.
Yes, from time to time.
Yeah.
Would you be down at the rink?
Usually, yeah, I would be.
Seeking the truth from either Rexall or Rogers Place?
Yes, that is correct.
Right.
It's hard to seek the truth these days compared to even back then. Things have changed around there.
I know where you're going with that illusion. Yes, I know.
Yes. It's tricky when they roll out the guys to the wall instead of saying, here, have at them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Things you don't hear anymore. The dressing room is open.
Oh, God, what a sweet sound that used to be. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But alas, here we are together once again, and it is triumphant. Do I have this board, Trev? Yes. Oh, I do. Very good, because I'll play this one. It's my favorite. That signifies a small victory in my world.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I won't play the board too much. I don't have the songs. Trev has the songs. We will get through the show. We will get all 963 liners.
Yes. Well, I said to you, this show is a little like, think Spengler Cup and the uniforms.
Oh, yes.
They're covered in advertising. All of it very good. All of it very essential. We love each and every one.
Very much so.
But you're going to be reading that a lot, my friend.
I certainly will.
Strap in.
A classic Jmo metaphor, like a European hockey jersey.
Yes.
We, of course, are presented by Play Alberta here at EST. When you bet with Alberta or Play Alberta, you get back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Lots of good perks on there. And Matt Paris Jewelers inbox 780-218-9999. Flexible payment options such as do not pay for 1 year. Shopping stores in Edmonton and area at West Edmonton Mall, Kingsway, Londonderry, Sherwood Park Mall, and St. Albert Center. Online at parisjewelers.com. And it's Canadian and family owned. Love that crew out there at PJ's. I'll hop into the nasty chat as well. We have a great show for you as always. Trev's trade of the day. Great button. Fired up. We've got your early bird bet. I think we're going to have to come up with something. Kind of easy trivia. 3 questions too many. We've got the one and only Greg Wyshynski. And then...
who's at the Stanley Cup.
Of course
he should be for ESPN.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to dive into it. They had media availability yesterday.
Yes.
So that is in the end, and I haven't covered a Stanley Cup since '94 when the Canucks and the Rangers played. So a long time ago.
Yeah.
They do head coach and a few key players, or do they roll everyone?
There is 1 day. You know how they'd have the 2-day gap, let's call it? Maybe it might even be longer since the Habs and Canes played. But they had 2 full days, and sometimes they'll run the gamut.
Like do a car wash?
Like a car wash.
As we say in the industry, just roll everybody out?
Yeah, and I feel like they did a bunch of stuff a couple days ago. Yesterday is the big day, the eve of game 1. Today is a game day. But yeah, the league takes over in the conference finals. And the team PR staffs, respectively, kind of, they do
They support.
They support. That's the best way to describe it. You've been through this.
Yeah.
And
I'm just curious because there was some news around, well, very little news actually, and I'm not surprised around Carter Hart, right? That they shut down questions and whatever. I didn't see it, so I reluctant to say much more because I don't know what did or didn't happen there. I mean,
you're gonna get, as you know, you bring in international media,
of course.
You got national media, local. It's everything. NHL Espanol. I look forward to seeing Derek Van Diest on NHL.com Espanol with Claudia doing a hit in Spanish. Like there's reporters from everywhere. So
it's an international event, my friends.
That's right. And those that play nice with the league are there.
Yes.
And there are some that don't play at all with the league that have questions to ask, and they might jump in and throw a few hard ones. So that could happen. Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful night last night at our favorite stadium.
You looked outside yesterday. You look outside now, and you think, and we talked about this on the show yesterday, Eric and I, and Eric was getting ready to put on his kit and his garbage bags and walk 3 hours to Commonwealth and drink along the way.
Of course.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, I've been in that stadium 15 years of my life and it's been there for bitter cold, rain. And we got into it yesterday, like, what's worse? What would you endure to take in a football game, a concert, or whatever? And it was, I think, fairly definitive that rain is the worst.
It's awful.
Over and above, you're soaked.
Yeah.
With great respect to ponchos, they can only do so much. And you're sitting in that for hours.
Yes.
It's uncomfortable. Cold, you can manage.
But you're dry.
Level. You're dry. Exactly, my friend. And 45,000 people came out, stayed out. And you see online, like, God, Edmonton could have or should have had a World Cup game. And there is no doubt it would be a massive success.
Yep.
But Commonwealth, God bless it, isn't what it, is not 2026 standards. As good as it looked last night.
Yes.
And it looked fantastic on the turf, all of it.
Yes. I will do this to the 45,000 plus that showed up last night in the pouring rain. As Dave alluded to, when Edmontonians decide to get behind something, really dig in, it's wonderful. And I think that was an example of that, especially on the sports side, obviously.
Like, I thought, oh, God, given what's happening outside with the weather, do you get 30,000? Do you get, like...
I was worried about that.
Yeah.
Because it was miserable. Like miserable.
And it wouldn't have been a good look on national television. Understandable, but it wouldn't have been a good look. But that, told me a bunch. And it was I'm not sure we'll ever learn things like revenue and what do they do at the gate and concessions. Maybe that's not important now. Because
I feel like you know a thing or two about it.
No, and now the circus moves on, right? To Vancouver, and we get to the big show. But, I will say this, listening to the telecast last night. And I'm not going to sit here and tell our audience, which is not, by and large, a soccer audience. Fair?
I think that's fair, yeah.
We understand why. It's a beautiful game. Yes, I know that's what it's called. To watch at this level. But the announcers, I appreciate how brutally honest soccer announcers are. They are,
yes.
They'll use terms like there was a period last night, first half, and they go to halftime, and the announcers are like, Canada's timid. They use terms like that you don't hear a lot in hockey.
Yep.
They don't spare the criticism. At least,
right.
My sense of it is. I appreciate that.
It was Stephen Caldwell. Did that wonderful song make it to air? Or was that just in our ear?
Oh, everyone heard that one.
Welcome to the show.
Bad. Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Run that underneath.
Man, I didn't know I had that.
Ride it low.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Man, I'm so sorry to everyone.
That's your intro
you guys
music
are having
for
a
today?
great conversation,
I mean,
and I
I will
totally
continue
just
it when
derail it.
Yeah.
I'm so
Trev's
sorry.
like, I got to get a hold of this segment.
Continue, please.
Oh, okay, just good morning.
Good morning, boys. I'm so sorry.
You were handling some things that needed to be taken care of. Everything's good. We got the green light.
Everything's good now.
Wonderful.
Welcome back, Trev.
Wonderful. To everybody listening on Cruise FM, good morning. Everything's all good. Tom Gazzola, Dave Jameson, YouTube Trev with you. Okay, so to your point about the broadcasters, the Canadian ones, it was Stephen Caldwell that said something last night that I was like, whoa. He's talking about Bombito.
Yes.
Right? And Bombito hadn't played in a while. And he goes, I don't think he's game fit. I think it's a massive concern going into the World Cup. And I'm looking at the watch, and I'm like, today's June 1st. They play in less than 2 weeks. That's not good. And he just said it.
And hockey, and let's use it as for comparison's sake, is the analogy. I mean, there are people, you look at, a Biz Nasty or a Bieksa. Sure. They can have some sharp commentary, but I find that the soccer guys, and God, if we're hearing it on a Canadian broadcast, imagine what they're like, in
England, in the UK,
anywhere else in the world. I mean, I don't know what the Uzbekistan call was last night, but I'm guessing that they may have had some choice words in their mother tongue.
Yes. Well, I mean, a 2-0 defeat at the hands of our Canadian men.
Yes. 2-0.
That's right. 2-0.
Got to learn the language, man. You got to cram.
Well, I apologize to all the footy fans.
We need like a soccer Rosetta Stone where we just sort of inhale it for about 10 days, learn the language, and then forget it.
Is it as stuffy and full of itself as the Masters, where you can't say bunker and have to call it the sand trap? And it's not far off. It's the first cut, second cut.
It's not far off.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's a good point. 2-0. Canada gets the result. Osario and Nelson. Nelson scoring, I think, 91st minute. Osario in the second half. Speaking of the broadcasters, going into half, they said there was concerns.
Yes.
And listen, we know that they rolled out a lot of subs. The conditions were not ideal, but this was an important game. They play one more in Montreal, I believe.
Yes.
And then it's off to World Cup 2026. I found the Uzbeks to be quite aggressive.
Well,
there's a lot of yellow cards.
I wish I could tell you a whole bunch about them. Have no
clue.
clue.
They didn't have names on the back of their kits.
And if they did, would you be able to have
the answer is
reasonable attempt at them?
Probably absolutely not.
But it was entertaining.
It was great.
I liked the spectacle of it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to try and sell the audience on deep knowledge.
Rob from the Grove says a clean sheet for the Canadian keepers.
Yes, clean sheet. Yeah, there's another one.
Good job. Thank you, Rob from the Grove. Well done, sir. Let's welcome in YouTube, Trev. How are you, pal?
I'm great, Tom. How are you?
I'm good. As long as you're happy, I'm happy.
I am very happy. Yes, no LT, no Dusty, no problem, boys.
Oh, yes.
We're having fun.
Well, get two cool dudes at the desk.
Yeah.
An even cooler one behind the
I don't know
technical
about
desk.
that. But yeah, we'll have a smooth show for everyone. Sorry about the slight hiccup there, but I'm looking forward. I think this is a first for us,
And
all three of us.
I'll get to it. We're a day closer to Cassidy.
Evidently.
And yes, and I mean, I'm going there because the Canucks announced Manny Malhotra. Really no surprise.
Right.
Probably could have been done 2 weeks ago when
Yes.
they announced their new management team. But anyhow, so the Canucks have locked in on a coach, and we wait.
Yeah, and we might be waiting a little bit longer.
Okay.
Like I've been listening to the morning show. I do it as
Yes.
soon as I get up at 7. I check in. I say good morning and the nasty chat.
Right.
But Dave, what do you make of what Vegas is doing, and what does it tell you about where Edmonton's at?
Well, Edmonton is in. I'm not even going to say. Well, are they in a bind? I mean, they have options if they don't get the guy in Cassidy. And you might, if you're a fan or somebody with, who follows this very closely, you might think Laviolette is a step or two down, and probably you could make that case. But he has won,
Yes.
albeit a while ago.
Yes.
But he checks that box.
He's been to the dance a bunch of times.
He has. Mind you, so did Chris Knobloch. But I digress.
That's fine.
Where the Oilers are in is in that really, really awkward place. Even though they made some other changes in their hockey ops department, with great respect, everyone's waiting on this. Okay, Stan, over to you. What Vegas is doing is on brand for who they are. They have carved out, and this is obviously personality driven from the owner to George McPhee to Kelly McCrimmon.
Yep.
And I full respect that they found a lane and they made it their lane in terms of being the kind of franchise, not really wanting to play nice with others.
Right. That.
Don't
And they've
care.
done it
I mean,
since
I'm
day
sure
one.
they're affable and you could have a beer with Kelly McCrimmon, but I'm sure he would step over your cold, lifeless body to win a trade, win a game, win a championship. Right? That's okay.
This is why I ask you these things, because the way you sum them up is like poetry.
But yes. No, but the idea that, and if I were a fan, and I'm not of the Golden Knights, but think about when they started out, and you and I, we were on the air when they announced that franchise.
Yes.
I was in Vegas the year before. So the announcement had been made. They're getting an NHL team. They were first in for the major sports leagues, right? Nobody else, was there.
Right.
So think about the pressure to get that franchise right and right out of the gate. No slow build, man.
No.
Because the world's coming to, with the NFL, they're going to get the NBA at some point, on and on and on. It goes from being a desert in terms of sports to now what it is. And, the NHL set them up for success. I get that. But you could have all of those things in place and still screw it up.
True.
God knows others have.
Oh, certainly.
Right? And they shall remain nameless. But
Indeed.
But it's true. So I've got full respect for them. But just give us Bruce Cassidy, please.
We'll dive further into this. We do have Greg Wyshynski coming up later in the show. Jmo, well said, as always. Of course, the Nielson Show presented by Weiss Johnson. Get a new Train furnace now and get 15% off any additional mechanical system done at the same time. Add in an air conditioner, heat pump, hot water tank, or garage heater and get 15% off plus no interest for 24 months. Visit wjsportstalk.com and book an estimate today. Our good friend Reed Wilkins took advantage of some furnace work and added the air conditioning unit to his home.
Always a good call.
He's very excited about it. I don't think he's had the opportunity just yet to utilize it. I think he's tested it briefly, but never really needed to use it due to heat. Perhaps over the weekend when it was nice, prior to the rain coming in and ruining the vibe at Clark Stadium on Friday.
Yes.
We had some good moments last week with heat.
I could see Reed being the guy who would test the AC by putting his face right over the vent. Hey? Turning it on?
Perhaps.
And maybe getting a friend to increase it and him with getting his hair blown back. Is it cool enough? Yes, Reed. Your head is snapping back. There's so much cold air coming out.
Icicles.
Yes.
In the corners of your eyes.
We're good, Reed.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was very excited about it, but go see the folks at Weiss Johnson. Take advantage of that 15% off deal, and you could be like Reed and just sit in your underwear in air-conditioned.
Terrible image. I love him to death.
Loft.
I don't want to think about Reed sitting around in his form-fitting, anything.
Jammies?
Yes.
Yes. All right. We're going to step out for a quick break right away. I'm going to read a couple texts in the Paris Jewelers inbox. Red says, some of us, 45,000, even showed up for work. Great event, Edmonton. Awesome send-off. Signed, Red.
Yeah.
Chris Dixon texted in, says, the Uzbeks were out there doing sprints post-game. That tells you what the coach thought. Classic move.
Oh, really? He bag skated them.
Yeah.
What they call in football, they call those running gassers.
Gassers.
Bag skating
Bag
hockey.
skating hockey. Yeah, I don't know what the baseball term for that is. That's punishment. The old Herb Brooks. Again.
Right.
Again.
That's okay. I did. Of course, the cameras wouldn't have caught that. So those guys went out and he ran them again. Oh, that would have gone over well as you're standing there in your soaked kit from 2 hours on the field.
Those were morning announcements brought to you by Hattie's Golf Shop. Golf swag you won't find anywhere else. Visit hatties.golf. Use the code NASTY15 for 15% off online orders. We've got a sports break coming up on EST, a quick break on Cruise FM, and this sports break is brought to you by, oh my goodness, Paramount Flooring. We're expecting some changes in Edmonton this offseason. We're talking about your flooring. Paramount Flooring brings over 30 years of trusted service and expert installation with a flooring lineup homeowners actually want. No permission needed to contact us. Visit our showroom, open 7 days a week, or online at paramountflooring.ca. YouTube, Trev, I thought I'd take a load off for you a little bit there. Take it away, my friend.
What a scene in our backyard last night. 45,000 fans packed into Commonwealth Stadium to watch Team Canada take down Uzbekistan in a thrilling international friendly. 2-0 was the final score. Next up for Canada is another friendly, this time against Ireland on Friday. The wait is over. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup final drops tonight as the Carolina Hurricanes host the Vegas Golden Knights in a heavyweight championship battle. Puck drop for this one goes at 6 o'clock, and Ryan Johnson has made his first move as GM of the Canucks, officially naming former NHLer Manny Malhotra as their new head coach, making him the 23rd coach in the franchise's history. On the clay of Roland Garros, Felix Auger-Aliassime is putting on an absolute clinic, cruising past Alejandro Tabilo in straight sets. With his win, he becomes the first Canadian man in history to reach the quarterfinals at all 4 Grand Slam events. He'll hit the court once again tomorrow, taking on Italy's Flavio Caboli. On the diamond, the Toronto Blue Jays return from a day off to open up a tough interleague series against the Braves in Atlanta. First pitch flies at 5:15 with Kevin Gausman on the bump. And in hoops, the NBA Finals tip off tomorrow night as the Spurs host the Knicks at 6:30. And a blockbuster in the NFL, reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett is heading to the Rams after a record-setting 23-sack season. Cleveland gets a king's ransom in return. Elite pass rusher Jared Verse plus a first, second, and third round pick. The Sports Update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. We're expecting some changes in Edmonton this offseason. We're talking about your flooring. Paramount Flooring's brings over 30 years of trusted service and expert installation with the flooring lineup homeowners actually want. No permission needed to contact us. Visit our showroom, open 7 days a week, or online at paramountflooring.ca. I'm YouTube Trev, and you are up to date.
Got a big shot off this stick of mine. I keep those lanes wide open all the time. Drysidle setting up shop, McDavid's flying. I'll hit the twine when I walk the line. As sure as new G is slick and Kane is tough. We're going all the way this year, enough is enough. And we can play 'em straight or we can play 'em rough. I'm feeling fine when I walk the line. You know I shoot that puck so very, very hard. The name on the back of my jersey says Bouchard. And we're gunning for first place, not a wild card. I'll hit the twine when I walk the line.
6:32 in Edmonton. You're listening to the Nielson Show on Edmonton Sports Talk and 95.7 Cruise FM. Tom Gazzola in for Lieutenant Eric. You got Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielson, and YouTube Trev rocking the technical desk. Hope you're doing well this cold and rainy morning. Happy people after watching Canada's 2-0 victory over Uzbekistan yesterday at Commonwealth Stadium. We talked about it a little bit, Dave.
Little bit. I did not. I saw a news clip. I think doesn't matter where I saw it. The Voyageurs. That's
Voyageurs.
the group that travels around following
Yes.
the Canadian national side, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think they're the ones that like play the drums at the games and stuff like
Right.
that.
Right.
You could hear them
Okay.
yesterday on the broadcast, which was wonderful.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Of course, it's the 6 o'clock hour brought to you by eWell, your partner and power play specialist. eWell has the gear you need for your next electrical project with 3 Edmonton area locations, and you can order online anytime at ewell.ca. eWell, your Edmonton-based partner and power and source for all things electrical. On the post-game show, eWell brings us Reed's Read during the hockey season. It's quite good.
I like that segment.
Me too.
That's fun.
It can get spicy.
It does get spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as it should. as it should.
Yes.
That's why you do this stuff.
That's right. You can text us via the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. We'd like to hear from you, and you can hop into the nasty chat. If you're watching live over on YouTube, we will get to Trev's trade of the day. I've been monitoring this. Monitoring is not the right term. I've been participating in Trev's trade of the day.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's not an easy exercise, Trev, to come up with something new. And you have themes, I understand, and we put it up on our YouTube page as a poll. People share
The
their
poll
opinion.
is erected.
Yes. As I erect,
Yes, you
I erect the pole.
Yes, you erect the pole, and Tube. Fair to say, Tube, I don't want to mischaracterize this, but it was a tough day yesterday. The public really lashed out at you,
Yes. It was too much of an overpay.
which is odd, given the week before you'd shipped McDavid out of town.
Yeah. So I'm
How
trying to
dare
find the
you.
balance. It's been tough. The segment is kind of crushing me.
Yes, it is. It's crushing your soul. Yes.
I can't please anyone.
No.
I either overpay way too much,
Right.
and I hear about it. So then,
Yeah.
then the following day, I'm like, okay, Trev, don't overpay. Don't. So then I underpay, and people are like, "Oh, what a dumb! No one would do that. You're an idiot."
Right.
I'm like, so it's tough. It really is, but it's okay. I'm still having. Yeah, I'm still
having some fun. Yeah, not a lot, but some.
YTT overpay of the day.
That's what we're going to call it. That's the nickname for it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Trev. Not everybody's going to like you in this business.
Yeah, I am well aware of that, Tommy. And you know what's awesome about this is I love every single one of the trades I've done. Like I'm not backing up at all.
Okay.
So you are Stan
by.
Bowman.
Yeah, I stand by every single one, especially the returns that I got from Connor McDavid.
Boy.
If I was able to pull those off, I need a statue because that would be the return of a century. And I think if McDavid does leave, and I said this all last week, fans should be, worried with the actual return because it won't be nearly as good as I had it laid out last week. So
I like your confidence.
Thank you.
It's funny, and I don't want to hold you up here, but it's funny when general managers, and this applies probably to most sports, they make the trade, and some are obvious wins, some are, offload, salary dump, whatever.
Yeah,
you're dealing a player that is either diminished or wants out or is a problem, whatever.
The circumstances, of course.
I'm trying to remember if there's a better example of a GM awkwardly trying to frame the discussion to support his decision than the Taylor Hall trade. When you were there, weren't you? When Chiarelli said he's not sexy, talking about the return, Adam Larson.
When in reality, he is a sexy Swede.
Physically,
I'm very comfortable in saying that.
Oh yeah.
He's a good man. I knew him very
Yes,
well.
I guess I
Shredded.
understand.
Broad shoulders.
Well, okay, all of that, the physical attributes aside, but he's not a sexy player, right? Is what Chiarelli was
his style
referring
of play
to.
was not sexy. Correct.
I'm trying to think, though, that has got to be one of the leaders in, okay, GM's got to get up there and explain this, and he goes... I thought there had to have been better words to describe the guy they got.
Yeah, that's tough.
Fair.
I never would have pulled the trigger on that trade. Never.
Well,
I would have included at least a few picks.
as Dave alluded to, there were circumstances behind the scenes that necessitated that trade at the time.
Okay.
One of
Not to
those
divulge too
fascinating
much.
stuff.
Perhaps in my book,
one
I
of
will.
those, one of those deals that, there might have been some things that forced a hand.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
That is,
And you do the best you can. And other teams know that's the situation.
or they catch. Yeah, you know what?
some.
That is true. Either the team that needs to make the trade due to circumstances puts it out there, and that kind of takes down your positioning or your power and strength in bargaining, or teams, other GMs are keen with their senses and pick up on a vulnerability. Good GMs will do that and will attack and take advantage.
It's a small world. You live in it. You live
Sure.
and have lived in the NHL. And this applies to any other league. I mean, look, Myles Garrett, we're less than 24 hours from Brown for a life. Myles Garrett, one of the great defensive players of this generation and probably all of the generations, is this morning a Los Angeles Ram.
That was something.
Right? I mean,
And what was it? The coach didn't connect with him?
well,
new
there
coach?
was, looking at the reporting now, and there's layers upon layers as to why this happened. From an LA Ram fan, I sure like Les Snead, the GM, who just rolls it all in, and you got Stan Kroenke's money.
Hello.
And you just go, oh, I think we're going to add the best defensive player in the league.
To an already outstanding team. Hello.
Have at it. How many picks do you need?
Take them.
Football plays real loose and fast with picks. Some load up and they rebuild and retool, and others go, you know what? We're trying to win the big thing at the end, as Joey Moss used to say. Win the big game at the end.
It's important.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns really are the desert wasteland of the NFL.
Well,
kind of like the Coyotes used to be, but
yes,
that's no longer the case. In the nasty chat, the Georgia Satellite says, so Halsey wanted out? The answer is no.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that.
He was devastated.
I don't think he was too happy.
Yeah. I remember watching an interview because the Oilers made the playoffs the next season, and he was out having supper in New Jersey, and the Oilers game was on, and he asked the restaurant that he was at to change the channel because it was too tough for him.
No, wasn't his call.
Speaking of Taylor Hall, to see him in the Stanley Cup
Boom.
and watch, like I've said this last week, I've thought this watching his career arc. I don't know whether he's remade himself as a player or I'm looking at him differently. Not to say he's like a fourth line checking guy because he's far more than that. But
On Chicago, he was.
But you've seen him since day one.
Yeah.
Did you think he would be this player? And by this player, because you think of him as offensive driver and the guy and, Hart Trophy winner.
Right.
And now it's, I'm trying to think of the term I would use to describe him, but super responsible veteran.
Yeah.
And it's not something I thought he would sort of morph into.
But it's been an interesting journey full of twists and turns, different destinations. I think he was lost at one point. I mean, what team is Taylor Hall on this year? It got into that point. Buffalo,
Arizona, or at times it was whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
Like, where is he now? And then to see him and doing what he's doing in Carolina, which, we could go on at length about Rod Brindamore.
Sure.
And system and buy-in and all of that stuff. But, man, I think it's a very cool story. I would like to see, I'm going to say, Wyshynski write the Taylor Hall story for us.
Somebody's got to. We should ask
we'll
the Taylor
ask
Hall
Wyshynski.
story to Wyshynski. Would you write it? Absolutely. Okay, do you want to get to Trev's trade of the day brought to you by GCL Diesel?
Oh, do I? Yes, I do.
All right.
With reluctance, here he is.
GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to ejectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years. Cam and the crew do excellent work. We thank them so much for being a partner with us here at EST on the morning show, as well as on the pre and post game show. Trev, take it away, my friend.
Yes, thank you for that, Tommy. Okay, so yesterday I said that there wasn't really a theme this week, but it turns out as the days come along here, I'm turning this into rumor mill week. That's the theme this week. Is players that have been in the rumor mill of the Oilers. Whether there's any legitimacy to that, I don't know. But these are players that have been online. You see it all the time. So
A Twitter mention.
Yes. Oh, wouldn't this guy be nice on the Oilers? So he has some local ties. Here
we go.
Yeah, foreshadowing
Here we
there.
go.
I think he's a decent player. I think maybe a change of scenery would be okay for him. This certainly isn't a trade. That's at the top of my list. But again, this is just one of the biggest rumors, most consistent rumors I've seen online for the last year and a bit. It's local boy, not really local boy, but kind of Jake DeBrusk.
He's local.
Yeah, he's local, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Grew
Okay,
up
sweet. Okay. Jake DeBrusk, that's who I am trying to trade for today. And I really don't think, I think this is fair. And again, I want to prefix this. It's not so much that I want this. This is just the theme of the week. And I figured I'd give it a go today. So the Oilers trade a 2026 second for Jake DeBrusk. That's it. A 2026 second for Jake DeBrusk. I don't know, Tommy. Maybe you can speak on this a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay, they do. Okay.
Yeah.
You're checking to see if we had the pick?
Yeah, they've traded so many of them.
Well, yeah. But his time, and that's where maybe the rumor mill kind of started with Jake, is his time in Vancouver hasn't been as good as he expected. I don't know if the Canucks are as happy with what they're getting from the player, and that's where
I can't imagine Jake DeBrusk is very happy with what he signed on to in Vancouver, right?
Absolutely not.
I think he's kind of made that clear, more than hinted that he's not too happy.
Right? Yeah. So there
I
is
can't blame him.
No.
They stripped it to the ground there.
Yes. So that is the trade. It is kind of a 1-for-1. The Oilers 2026 second for Jake DeBrusk. Just a quick overview on the contract. He is going into year 3 of a 7-year contract at $5.5 million. So that's right up there with Zach Hyman and Nugent Hopkins as far as AAV goes. But what has he done, Trev, in the last few years? He's been a consistent 40 to 50 point player, and I can't help but think those numbers would maybe come up a little bit with
Optimistically,
yes.
yes.
Yeah, you'd like to think so. I think the thing that stands out for me watching him, he's a right place at the right time kind of player. And he's physical as well. So, is this the big fish that the Oilers should go get? No, but this is just the theme of the week, and I wouldn't go more than a second to get Jake DeBrusk, personally.
So
Jmo?
you are well. I don't disagree. We do this in this market, Tom. Elsewhere in Canada, maybe this applies in the States in some of the hockey markets. Bring Edmonton guy home. Wouldn't it be nice if player X, who played at CAC,
Yes. Or in this case, SSAC.
wouldn't it be great if they came home? Circle of life.
Right.
And I like Jake DeBrusk a great deal as a player. A lot to like there. Is he the kind of guy, is he the kind of piece the Oilers require? Wouldn't hurt.
Good point.
Does he substantially address a need? And that's where I go.
Would I do it? Everything you brought up is valid. Would I do it? Yes, but here's why.
Okay.
I'm biased towards him. I've known him since he was 10 years old running around Rexall Place.
Right.
I've watched him grow up, kept tabs with him. I know that as of a couple years ago, there was some interest in coming home.
I'm sure.
Would he be the right fit for a team that needs to address its defensive game and goaltending? Not necessarily, but in a perfect world, say there was a desire to bring him in and you get him for the right price, I think there'd have to be some retention from Vancouver on the price point.
Well. Yeah.
And then to me, it's like, well, are you going to commit to Ike Howard or are you going to go with the veteran and Jake DeBrusk?
Yeah.
Because from what I have seen, they're both offensive guys that maybe aren't the best defensively. They're guys that can light it up, but then at times are they disappear a little bit.
Howard is a younger version, if I'm hearing this correctly.
And a smaller version, because
Okay.
Jake's quite a bit bigger than him.
Okay.
So you already kind of have a guy that you didn't draft. You traded what I think will be a very good NHL player for, and you're hoping Ike Howard develops into a very good NHL player himself with offensive upside. So are you willing to just scrap all that and bring in a Jake DeBrusk?
And if you believe, as many do, Oilers are in win now, not win now, is DeBrusk a piece that helps them achieve that? I can't say with confidence. I mean, and if I'm Vancouver, God knows we don't care about the Canucks in this market. Oh, some might. Vancouver does need some veterans.
True.
Sprinkled throughout.
But they can't be ill-tempered.
Well, true.
I think all those comments are fair. And I know a lot of people are saying it in the nasty chat as well. Penner's Pancakes bringing up, he only had 4 even strength goals.
Yeah. He's a power play specialist.
Yeah, so
he's a mercenary.
yes. And so and would he be on the power play here? I don't know.
Sparingly.
maybe. But yeah, also like who was his center in Vancouver? A struggling Elias Pettersson, like a very what's the numbers he puts up with Leon Draisaitl or Connor McDavid? Can't help but think those would go up.
It's funny because we always
say that, and
yeah,
then
you put him with McDavid, and he's gonna get this many points and hit new career highs. That has happened.
It has, well, of course.
But it's also faltered in spectacular fashion.
Oh, you're still angry about Ty Ratty.
Oh, and I'm fired up about Ty
yes,
Ratty.
I'm sure you are. But your point is correct, though, is that is the
Kidding.
go-to. Put him with McDavid, put him with Draisaitl. They will unlock the inner beast.
And the answer to that is that's not true.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, people are fired up.
Well,
Like, this is nothing, Tommy.
Well, hang on. Let me
let it
me
build.
segue.
Let it
Brought
build.
to you by Napoleon. Jmo Fireplaces has been proudly serving Edmonton area for 45 years and are the authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplaces. Whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon Fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Jmo, 9281 50th Street. Let me give you some examples of how fired up people are.
Okay.
Impulse to Adrenaline says, I put no. Trade seems fair, but why do you need Jake? That is a fair comment.
That's
Easy E says, is Jake worth a second? Possibly. Do I want him on the Oilers? No, sir. I'm reading it in this tone to make it seem like people are fired up. Actually, I think people are quite pleasant on this Tuesday morning.
they're waterlogged because they're
Yes.
not sure what's happening outside.
Petter's Pancake says, change of scenery trade Jake for Fred? 1 for 1. See how we tied it back together there, bookending it? Oh, that's so very nice.
Look, Ryan Johnson's been on the job, 2 weeks?
Uh-huh.
I don't know if a Trent Frederick is quite possibly what the Canucks need, is it?
Not right now, especially the Trent Frederick we witnessed for the last year and a bit.
I don't know if anyone needs that.
Okay,
Oh, boy.
there's that. Sure. You know, I'm a big believer in redemption, and you hope for both the players' sake and most importantly for the Oilers that he is able to find his game,
Yes.
the game that was worthy of an 8-year deal. Fair?
Very fair.
Yeah.
Almost too kind.
Yes. Well, hey, listen, it's early and, you know.
It's yes. And in RCN, Ross Creek Nation's opinion, the Oilers are basically looking at either Jack Roslovic, who he says, hard no.
Okay.
I coward, meh. Or a new addition, yes, but not Jake. And then Ross Creek Nation, in his opinion, adds Gallagher will be a Canuck shortly. Actually, after watching his emotional press conference,
Yeah, what do you
basically
think of that?
very real. And
Both he and Line were very real.
yeah, I mean, it's quite obvious that they have no future with the Habs. I mean, Gallagher played minimal games in the playoffs. You almost forgot he was part of the team.
Correct.
Line A too. So they're going to both be looking for a new home. Obviously, Gallagher with his ties to Vancouver. I know he was born here and lived here a little bit, but raised in Van.
Yes.
RCN could be right. Like, that might be a good veteran to help.
Kane is done with the Canucks. I mean, there's not.
Well,
there's not.
He was MIA basically for the last couple of weeks around that team. So I would say yes.
Right.
And to those suggesting bring him back here, I would say that's a hard no. Not really
what's
what anybody
needed.
wants around here.
Not that the Oilers need me to tell them how to do their work.
They were
Though
quite
that's what
happy
we
in
do.
moving on from
Oh,
that.
I'm sure they probably were. But laser focused on addressing the pressing need for this team, right? Which is goaltending. All this other stuff is, I guess, good for us.
Uh-huh. The Georgia Satellite, who's fired up. Again, this is fired up.
Yes.
That's a waste of $5.5 million in cap space. That's why I put the caveat in there. Vancouver would have to retain
They
if you
would have
want to
to
make this
retain.
palatable.
Yeah. I'd probably
my
start
opinion.
the negotiations with a third. Like, yeah, we'll take them. No
I'd
salary
say
retention.
half. I'd say you take half.
Yeah.
We'll take them off your...
Excuse me. Sorry, but if I did the second, if I brought it up to the second, I'd be like, okay, now half. Second for half retained. Yeah. I think that's fair, but I agree. Like 5.5 mil for Jake DeBrusk. That's a decent amount of coin right there.
I'm laughing at Pat's text to the
Yes.
Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. Guys, why trade Frederick? Only 7 more years, and he's off the cap. Pat. That's an early text of the day candidate.
Just rack that up. I like that
Pat.
Pat
I'm going to make a note of that.
likes the slow roll to the end.
Oh,
eh?
baby.
No, you signed on for you. It says right here, 7 more years. I need 7 more years.
They did it to themselves.
I love it.
They did it to themselves. What I am encouraged by is now we're seeing in some of the fan base recognition of the paddling feet under the water like a duck does.
Yeah.
With this Oilers management team. And that there isn't a clear plan to go forward.
Does
That
it?
people recognize this. This is good. I've been trying to warn people. They told me I'm an idiot. Maybe I am. But now there's some recognition.
You and Tom, I know we're doing this show for the first time, you and I together. Tell me if I'm wildly off here. You'd like to be wrong about what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay?
I dislike providing information like that. But
Does
it's
it
fact.
not make you appreciate the work that an Eric Tulsky is doing, and likely, unless something strange happens, will continue to do in Carolina?
Yes. As much as I don't believe in his philosophy in viewing the game, he's done a great job.
You cannot argue the record, and you look at the trades and how that it's been methodical and thoughtful and intentional, and yes, look at how they've gotten here. They've absolutely steamrolled their way to the Stanley Cup final.
Yep.
Whether they win or not, I mean, that's to be decided, obviously, and the other guys are trying too. And then contrast that with what Vegas has done. And you may think that Vegas is there because of the dark arts and, they're evil folks and all of that other nonsense.
Cutthroat.
But man, it's how you build championship teams.
Yeah.
I don't see many deficiencies. And you could say, I don't know what you were saying last year when the Oilers were in. Where they were like, they're here because McDavid and Draisaitl and, Bouchard. But I don't get a lot from either of the two teams left standing. A lot of, they're here, but boy, I don't know, man.
No, they built solid teams in different fashions. And yes, we applaud that and praise it as we should. But I find we also disregard, nobody's disregarding how Florida built its team. Here, we're disregarding a little bit how Edmonton has been constructed. Obviously, this year, there's much reason to.
Yes.
But, yeah, it's kind of like a flavor of the week when we get to the Cup final. It's like, well, how do we build? It's a copycat league, right? How do we build like Carolina? How do we build like Vegas?
We're a year removed from that loss, right, in the Stanley Cup. And you may want to roll your eyes. I'm not asking you to retry the whole exercise of that offseason. But the Oilers, it appears, didn't trust themselves. Okay, we got close again. We came up short. Okay, we've got to cut ties with the Perrys and they pulled the chute too soon.
Yeah, the Perry thing hurt. I'll tell you a story off the air about that.
Okay.
Yeah. We got to get to break.
Yep.
That was hour number 1 of the Nielson Show. Gazzola in for Lieutenant Eric, and you got Jmo in for Dusty. The 6 o'clock hour was brought to you by Ewell, your power play specialist. Ewell has the gear you need for your next electrical project with 3 Edmonton area locations. You can order online anytime at ewell.ca. Ewell, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. YouTube Trev with a sports update here on EST. We're going to cut to break on 95.7 Cruise FM. The sports update brought to you by Expedia Cruises. Trev, take it away.
What a scene in our backyard last night. 45,000 fans packed into Commonwealth Stadium to watch Team Canada take down Uzbekistan in a thrilling international friendly. 2-0 was the final score. Next up for Canada is another friendly, this time against Ireland on Friday. The wait is over. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup final drops tonight as the Hurricanes host the Vegas Golden Knights in a heavyweight championship battle. Puck drop for this one goes at 6. And Ryan Johnson has made his first move as GM of the Canucks, officially naming former NHL Manny Malhotra as their new head coach, making him the 23rd coach in the franchise's history. On the clay of Roland Garros, Felix Auger-Aliassime is putting on an absolute clinic, cruising past Alejandro Tabilo in straight sets. With his win, he becomes the first Canadian man in history to reach the quarterfinals at all 4 Grand Slam events. He'll hit the court once again tomorrow, taking on Italy's Flavio Caboli. And on the diamond, the Blue Jays return from a day off to open up a tough interleague series against the Braves in Atlanta. First pitch flies at 5:15 with Kevin Gausman on the bump. In hoops, the NBA Finals tip-off tomorrow as the Spurs host the Knicks at 6:30. And a blockbuster in the NFL, reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett, is heading to the Rams after a record-setting 23-sack season. Cleveland gets a king's ransom in return. Elite pass rusher Jared Verse, plus a first, a second, and a third round pick. This sports update is brought to you by Expedia Cruises. Join YouTube Trev for the best trip of his life. A weekend of Blue Jays baseball in Toronto, July 17th to 19th, 2026. Contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises in Northeast Edmonton to join Trev in Toronto. Call or text 780-970-4834. I am YouTube Trev, and you're up to date.
I think we're gonna be glad. I think it's today, yeah. Connor Brown scored last night. His dragon is slain. He's finally out fish night. He's finally out fish night. Connor Brown's off to the shine. It's about fucking time. He's had chances galore, 2-1s and breakaways, yeah. But he could never score, even strike the power play. He's finally out fish night. He's finally out fish night. Connor Brown's off of the schneid. It's about fucking time. Got to play McDavid line. You should have scored once, you should have scored twice by now. And got to play alongside Drive. How did he not score? How did he not score? How? He's played on every line, but he's best on PK. Yeah. He could never find the twine till he found his last game. He's finally out fish night. He's finally out fish night. Connor Brown's off of the schneid. It's about fucking time.
7:03 in Edmonton. Good morning. It is the Nielson Show, presented by Weiss Johnson. Tom Gazzola in for Lieutenant Eric. You got Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielson, and YouTube Trev rocking and rolling at the technical desk, giving us the cross eyes as we roll along. Of course, we want to hear from you. Text us, Paris Jewelers inbox 780-218-9999. Get to the nasty chat as well. I've got a text that I want to get to shortly. Paris Jewelers, flexible payment options such as do not pay for 1 year. Shop in stores at Edmonton and area at West Edmonton Mall, Kingsway, Londonderry, Sherwood Park Mall, St. Albert Center, online at parisjewelers.com, Canadian and family owned. Of course, like I mentioned, Nielson Show presented by Weiss Johnson. Get a new Train furnace now. Get 15% off any additional mechanical system done at the same time. Add in an air conditioner, heat pump, hot water tank, or garage heater and get 15% off plus no interest for 24 months. Visit wjsportstalk.com and book an estimate today. In the Paris Jewelers inbox, one Pauline Higgins So good to hear from her. Says, I'm disappointed, Tommy. I thought you'd troll me and my traffic reports as hard as LTE does. I would never, Pauline. And it's great to share the airwaves with you again on 95.7 Cruise FM. Good morning to those listening over there. Whether you're on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, YouTube,
It's all there. It's all happening.
95.7 Cruise FM.
We're chasing subs as well. Give us a like. Thumbs up.
We've hit 15,000 on our YouTube page, which is wonderful. I think Trev is working on a nice little thing. Oh, it's going to be up this morning. Thank you for the update. We have Craig Button, who will be joining us shortly. And we'll dive into, we've got to wrap up Memorial Cup. He was on the broadcast with our boy Dusty.
Yes.
Which was excellent in Kelowna. Kitchener Rangers, congratulations to them. Mike McKenzie, Sam O'Reilly was excellent. And then we'll get into some Stanley Cup final stuff.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I believe the man is here.
Well, I'll wait till Trev gives me this. Oh, don't give me the middle. That's what
LT,
you do for LTE.
He says, give me the bird. And so I do.
He's a special cat. And that's why we love him. Our Hockey Insiders are brought to you by GS Construction. For more than 5 decades, GS Construction has been proud to serve our communities. And once again, they're hiring now. GS is looking for experienced topmen, pipe layers, and operators. Visit gsconstruction.ca and click on careers to find out more via the Firehouse Subs hotline. It is the one and only Craig Button. Craig, are you good to go? I'll give you a second. Yeah, he's good to go.
Solid.
Up. Good morning, sir. How is Kelowna? How are you doing? Great to talk to you.
Yeah, nice to hear you. Kelowna is always great. I mean, I was joking with Scott Walker, who's part of the Guelph Storm franchise, and was there, watching and doing the reconnaissance for the Memorial Cup in 2027, which will be in Guelph. And I kidded with him. I said, Scott, I don't know if they told you, but the tournament's going to be permanently in Kelowna. We'll put up scenics from Guelph, but the tournament's going to be based in Kelowna for the next whatever number of years. He just laughed.
Yeah,
that's how great Kelowna is.
It is a wonderful, wonderful city, and they looked like a tremendous host. But on the ice, Craig, I mean, we saw the Kitchener Rangers, I'd say, dominate in the final, and it's too bad that Everett couldn't put up more of a fight. I was rooting for Steve Hamilton and Tim Fraggle and that group. But in your opinion, just like how good were the Rangers compared to the rest of the field? And I'll even add this in there, because we haven't seen a WHL team win the Memorial Cup since the Oil Kings in 2014. How far behind is the Dub, in your opinion?
Okay, let's start with the second question first. I don't think the Dub is far behind. I mean, they're playing in the final. They have good teams. I mean, I think the biggest thing that I always want to emphasize is teams that have won their league championships start in August. They go all the way through to early May. And that is one significant and terrific accomplishment. The Memorial Cup has got a big platform, and we know that it's meaningful and everything. But sometimes all 3 league champions don't win. St. John Sea Dogs, that were a host, they won the tournament a couple of years ago. Saginaw won the tournament a couple of years ago as hosts. So you go through the season, you accomplish so much in your league, and you're champions. I don't think you're any less champions because you didn't win the Memorial Cup. I don't want to say that it's like a cherry on top if you win the Memorial Cup, but that's what it feels like to me. So, no team that's won their league championship should. There is going to be a sense of disappointment because you want to win your last game, but every team that's won their championship should hold their heads high. Kitchener was a cut above. I mean, there's no other way to put it. They were a cut above. And, in that championship game, it's a tight game. I mean, Everett played well. Everett had some chances. Kristen Kirsch was really good. I mean, we pointed out how good Kristen Kirsch, the goaltender, was. And what did in the Everett Silvertips? 2 really, really, I guess I'll call them poor penalties. You get a penalty that gets you down 1, then you take a cross check, and now you're down 2 men. And just like that, Kitchener recognizes opportunity. They take advantage of opportunity, and it's lights, curtains. And it comes down to discipline. It comes down to little things in the game. It comes down to who's going to make less mistakes. And then who can take it? I mean, let's not forget Everett had a 4-minute power play early in that game.
Yep.
And they could not take advantage of it. So they don't take advantage of their opportunity on an offensive zone high stick under the chin. And then what happens? They take 2 penalties and Kitchener takes full advantage of it. I mean, the margins are real thin. The score is 6-2 at the end of it, an empty net call at 5-2. But it's a tight game. And then the door is open and the door of opportunity opens and Kitchener takes full advantage of it. So that's what, in my view, good teams don't beat themselves. Good teams take advantage of the opportunities presented to themselves. Good teams are balanced. Good teams get the great goaltending when maybe they're under a little bit of siege like Kitchener was. That's why they were a cut above. They had everything. No other team had what Kitchener had. That's why Kitchener are the Memorial Cup champions.
Craig Button joining us now. Craig, they also had Sam O'Reilly, and it has opened up the discussion in this neck of the woods about, that trade that the Oilers made for Ike Howard. Ike Howard had a really good year in the AHL, 50-point season, had some time up with the big club, was the hot name last year when he was made available by the Lightning. The Oilers pulled the deal off, and they flipped him for Sam O'Reilly. What is Sam O'Reilly, in your opinion, as a hockey player? What's his potential? And was that a good trade for both sides, or will one side not be happy in a few years?
Yeah, I understand that Edmonton was trying to get some skill into their lineup. And, Isaac Howard became available, obviously a little bit older. They're trying to add that skill element into their lineup. And so you fully understand. You fully understand it. From the Edmonton Oilers' point of view. And certainly Isaac Howard has the ability to be a good offensive player in the National Hockey League. I think he's a second-line player, but you need second-line players. You need skill in your lineup. So I fully, at the time of the trade, fully understand it. And I'm not going to go and say in revisionist, it's a good trade, it's a bad trade. I saw what Edmonton was doing. I think it was good what Edmonton was doing. Tampa Bay has a player that they feel they have to move along, and so they go and see a team that wants a little bit older player with some skill, and they look for a different type of player. So you look at where the Tampa Bay Lightning are, they have lots of skill. So Sam O'Reilly fits a profile of a player that can come in and play a little bit down the lineup, give him really good, strong two-way play. I think he's a strong two-way player. I said it on the broadcast. He's a lowercase Patrice Bergeron type player. Lowercase. There's a number of those guys. Like, he might be Ryan O'Reilly. He might be that type of a player. But Isaac Howard might end up being a 65, 70-point guy. There's a cost to business, and there's a cost to doing things. And I think we all understand that when you're making trades, you're trying to solidify one area of your team, and you got to give up something else to get a good player. I think both sides looked at that. I don't think the Tampa Bay Lightning were eager to trade Isaac Howard. They wanted him to play last year when he finished school. But Isaac, felt that, hey, I need some guarantees. I want to know that I'm playing. And, and Tampa Bay said, well, we can't do that. We want you. So, he becomes available. So all these things, if Isaac Howard goes and plays for the Tampa Bay Lightning last year, comes out of school and plays for the Tampa Bay Lightning, we're not even having this conversation.
Right.
Craig, we'll get to the Stanley Cup in a moment, but I'm curious as to your take on what John Chaika did yesterday with the announcement of Judd Brackett coming in as the assistant general manager, long and successful history in player evaluation and scouting. But Freddie Hamilton, short NHL career, went to Yale, got his MBA. He's the chief of staff. I know there are different terms and the front office looks different in 2026. What do you make of those moves?
Well, John Chaika is going to surround himself with people that he thinks can perform duties that he thinks are essential to the success of the team. When you become a manager, you're going to make moves and you're going to select people that you think fit what you're trying to build, and you look at the responsibilities that you think each position should have, and then you ask and task people to perform those duties and execute them. It's not about the people. John obviously knows the people, feels confident about the people. Now you judge it on performance, straight ahead performance. One of the things, Dave, that I always say, once people are in place, that's their choice. That's what they've done. And whether it be a coach, whether it be a general manager, whatever. Now you assess it totally on performance. We'll see how it turns out.
Craig Button joining us here as we roll along on the Nielson Show. Manny Malhotra, I'll just go to this one really quick before we dive into the Cup final here, Craig. But Manny Malhotra with the Canucks and the Sedins and Ryan Johnson, are they finally on the right path? Is this a good hire? Like, is Vancouver starting to put the building blocks back in place to be a solid franchise?
I don't have any question that is exactly as you outlined it, Tom. Manny's shown that he was a really good coach. You know, the Sedins have worked and really dived into trying to understand how to run hockey. They're a fabric of the Vancouver Canucks community. I think Ryan Johnson has done the work and is really capable and ready to be a GM. So, you know, when you work with somebody as closely as Ryan and the Sedins have with Manny Malhotra, and you see what he's done, I think it's a really good hire. I'll just be really quick on this. I made a big mistake in Calgary in 2001. We were looking for a new coach, and Jim Playfair led our team to the Calder Cup championship in St. John, New Brunswick. And you know, I'd worked with the young players. He'd been good. I knew Jimmy. I knew him well, and I hesitated and I balked, and it was a big mistake. It was a big mistake I made not hiring Jim Playfair.
Yeah, but Craig, how much pressure were you feeling in that position? I mean,
it's my job, Tom. It's my job. I made the mistake.
Yeah.
Nobody else. Me.
Wow. Craig Button, honest. Always very real. Let's be real about the Stanley Cup final now, Craig. Game 1 starts tonight in Carolina, and you got the Golden Knights, who I think have surprised a lot of people, impressed a lot of people. But here they are again. It's something that they're familiar with, is being deep in the season and either a conference final or now a third cup final appearance. And they take on the Canes, who finally got over the hump. Does one team have a clear advantage over the other? A lot of people are taking the Canes to just run roughshod over the Golden Knights. How do you view this matchup? Is there a way you'd handicap it?
Yeah, I don't think there's a clear advantage for any team. What I will say, because, you know, you got two teams that have got to this point in the season and, you know, are playing for the Stanley Cup. Carolina has shown through their 13 games that they are a team that from the drop of the puck to the time the game ends, they are not letting up on you with respect to pressure and suffocating you. People say, well, you have to know what they don't give you a chance for a first thought, let alone a second thought. So the ability to execute really quickly, Montreal did it in game 1. We can say that Carolina had a little bit of a layoff and Montreal took advantage of some things. But as that series went on, it just increasingly became evident Montreal had no chance. And it wasn't because they didn't compete. They just weren't. I mean, you can talk about all the games they played and everything, but what Carolina did to Montreal was what they did to Philadelphia, is what they did to Ottawa. And that's a team that 1, 2, 3, 4 lines of defense, the way they play, the way they kill penalties. Freddie Anderson has been excellent. So, and even after the first game when Montreal scored the 5 goals, and Freddie's back. Yeah, Freddie was back after that. He sure was. You know, he was really good. So I think the key to the series, in my view, is can the Vegas Golden Knights handle the pressure, the relentless pressure that the Hurricanes are going to apply? Now let's go back a little bit. Against Utah, Utah showed that they could back up Vegas. Utah, a little bit immature. When I say immature, I'm talking about their team. First year in the playoffs, weren't able to take advantage of it. Anaheim, same thing. Couldn't take advantage of it. Carolina Hurricanes are a different animal. If the Vegas Golden Knights can't handle the pressure and can't find a way to mount an attack against the Carolina Hurricanes, I don't think they can beat them.
Craig, I marvel. I was a big fan of Rod Brind'Amour, the player. And even though it's been a number of years since he was on the ice, I could still visualize how he went about his business. And so many years later, he's had great success as a coach. To see his teams play almost like the way he did, and that commitment to rigorous attention to detail, it's really impressive.
It is. I'm sure Rod Brind'Amour would echo the words of Jussi Ahokas the head coach of the Kitchener Rangers. First European coach to lead a team to the Memorial Cup, by the way. And I know UC very well, but Jeff O'Neill and I were talking to UC one day, and here's what UC said. This is why I say I know Rod would echo it. The formula is known. There's no secret formula out there about what it takes to be successful in terms of effort and skating and everything. He goes, what the key is helping the players understand, number one, how hard it's going to be. Number two, showing them how hard it's going to be, keeping them to account on how hard it's going to be. And then when they start to have success, reinforcing that the hard is the right way. Dale Hunter had a great line. The hard way is the easy way. The easy way becomes the hard way. Rod Brindamore has never, Dave, to your point, ever taken the easy way. No successful team does the easy things. Successful teams do the hard things, and they do it all the time, and that's what Rod Brindamore's team does, and that's exactly how Rod played. And it's not about flash and dash and dangle and this. Every team has its own certain elements of style based on the players they have. But the hard things that need to be done, shift in, shift out, Rod Brindamore did them, and his team does them.
I have one more for you, Craig. It's game one of the Cup final tonight. Very exciting time in the hockey world. Does it bring back memories this time of year of 99? And if it does, what do you recollect about your guys' run in Dallas to the Cup win?
Well, we lost that first game in overtime. Jason Woolley scored an overtime goal, and Brett Hull got hurt. So that was after game one. And I remember Bob Gainey, Tom, and Dave saying that he said, he goes, we have to win game two. And it wasn't a pressure, it was a reminder. We knew our team was good enough. But he said, if we fall behind two with Hasek in the net, he goes, that's an uphill battle. That being said, actually, Brett Hull didn't get hurt in game one. Mike Modano did, excuse me, because Brett Hull scored the winning goal in game two. There's an excitement there, Tom. Mm-hmm. And when your team is a really top team and you get to that point, you don't take anything for granted. You knew, you're scouting. You're scouting your opponent. You're scouting your opponent hard. Everybody knows that it's not going to be easy. And there's this excitement. And then I would say that probably within early minutes of the game, it really just settles in. It really just does settle in as a game. And because you've watched your team so much, because you've watched the other team so much, now you're just trying to watch and see, okay, where do you get an advantage, where you're not. The excitement, the pomp and ceremony that goes into an opening game, and it'll be the same in game 3 in Vegas when they get back home. That's fun. That's exciting. But once a game starts, it just becomes, okay, what do we got to do here? How are we doing here? How are we looking here? And you're just kind of dialed in with your full attention on all those little things. And then you got to be ready to make adjustments. A little quick story. Saturday night, they had a Legacy and Legends event in Kelowna. Legacy was the history and the success of the Kelowna Rockets franchise. And the Legends were 50 years in the CHL, and they had the top 50 players. But we had Denny Savard, Eric Lindros, and Shea Weber on a Q&A.
Yes.
Anyway, we asked Eric Lindros about the 02 Olympics, and he, it's always, you want to hear their perspective. And he goes, yeah, we had Ken Hitchcock, and Ken Hitchcock could make adjustments like nobody's business. He said it was unbelievable to watch how he knew what the other teams were doing, the individual players, and he was able to get that information to us really quick. He says it was really so. I bring up Ken. Ken was our head coach, but we had Doug Jarvis and Rick Wilson, and those adjustments you're trying to make because the other team's trying to take advantage of where they think your weaknesses are. And so the excitement probably dissipates pretty quick, and it's real business for the duration until you get to the end and you find and then you win. Then there's kind of a big exhale and the exhilaration of winning.
Oh, man, so cool. I just wanted to get your memories, and I knew you'd deliver on that, as always. Craig, a pleasure, sir. Great to see you. Phenomenal work on the broadcast with Dusty and O-Dog and Laura and Regan as well. That was wonderful television. We always appreciate it, and look forward to seeing and talking to you soon.
Yeah, I got to just say one thing. Dustin Nielson was phenomenal, like there. I mean, you talk about the great work he does, and him and Frankie, I thought were brilliant on the broadcast, brilliant on the broadcast. And let me just add this one little bit, and you guys aren't going to be surprised. I can't begin to tell you how many people were getting the clips of his fight calls. They love his fight calls.
He knows what he's doing.
Yes.
He does.
Likes fighting.
Yeah.
I had to slide that in there. Craig, well said as always, my friend. Great to see you.
Thanks, Craig.
Take care. Yeah.
There you go. There's Craig Button, our hockey insider on this Tuesday. Of course, brought to you by GS Construction. Craig was on the Firehouse Subs hotline. At Firehouse Subs, all our subs freshly toasted, stacked high, crafted to satisfy. The Firehouse Hot Streak is, I know, a popular thing during Oilers season. And if you've ever been a Firehouse Subs, you know
They do it right.
They're damn good. They're damn good. Some texts have come in. Troll says Dusty and Frankie were so good. I forgot to mention Frankie Corrado. I've been on his show when he fills in. He's excellent.
A good fight call. And I know that fighting... Look, I'm the Neanderthal in the room.
I'm right there with you.
I'm from the time... Well, never mind. I'm 64. So I grew up in the...
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Starting to, hockey coming into my world in the 60s, and then of course into the 70s and all the chaos. And I went to World Hockey Association games in Vancouver, and it was mayhem and all that stuff. So my sensibilities are, and yet I also know and worry about those who suffer brain trauma.
Yeah.
And I know that there is a price to pay, and several generations of hockey players, athletes have paid a heavy price. But I still think that there is a space in the NHL for a, equitable fight. And by that, I mean, guys who are of similar skill. That doesn't always happen, but when it does. And so the announcers, to have a good fight call, it should be part of their repertoire.
It's entertainment.
Jack Michaels calls a tremendous fight.
Yes, he does. Absolutely.
And so does Nielsen.
Yes,
Jack calls it like boxing, like you would expect, Hearns Hagler. Right?
Yeah, of course.
Which actually,
great reference.
I know that's a dated reference, but we all know what round one was. Just look it up.
Well, that's why you're the best, Jmo. Dusty, no surprise, had a great Memorial Cup on the call.
Yeah.
And call it a hunch, but I think we're going to see a lot more Dusty on hockey games in the near future.
Oh,
That's
I would think.
Just an easy hunch there. All right, a couple of texts real quick. Then we're going to get to another break here on the Nielson Show. Hampton Steve texting in via the Paris Jewelers inbox. That was a refreshing level of accountability by Craig. The top of the Oilers organization should take note, and a page out of Craig's book.
Because I don't have the mind of Stoff, I couldn't remember who they stayed on the coaching decision. They didn't go with Playfair. So who did he go with?
Wasn't Greg Gilbert the coach back?
Trev's no help. It's too long ago.
2001 Calgary Flames. I think it was Greg Gilbert.
Oh, really? Okay.
It was Greg Gilbert. Don Hayes started the year, but was replaced in March by Greg Gilbert.
Okay.
List of Calgary Flames head coaches. So Craig said 2001 or 2000?
I thought it was 90. Was it 99? No,
well, 99 he won the Cup with Dallas.
That's right. Yeah.
Because Brian Sutter was the coach of the Flames from 97 to 2000. Don Hay took over from 2000 2001. And then Greg Gilbert came in. I think it was Greg Gilbert. Jim Playfair did coach the Flames for one season, 06-07.
Yes.
Eventually. Jim Playfair, assistant coach with the Oilers under Dave Tippett. I thought he was a wonderful man. I really enjoyed him. I thought he was great. Great to talk to. Great information source. Worked with the young guys.
Yes, I'm guessing that Craig, well, God, if you've been in management, the ones that got away. And Craig, because he's still in the game and still analyzing it and still deeply connected, would have those moments of reflection going, like a do-over there.
Greg texted me. Fired Don in March. Greg was interim, made him official in summer of 2020.
Okay.
Or 2001. Thank you, Craig. Appreciate that. That's why Button's the best.
Yeah.
Great segment with him. Nice to catch up with him. Haven't talked to him in a little while. Time now for a sports update brought to you by Park Mazda. And here's YouTube Trev.
Crowd of 45,000 filled Commonwealth Stadium last night. Jonathan Osorio and Jaden Nelson scored the goals for Canada in their 2-0 international friendly win over Uzbekistan. The Canadians are back in action Friday when they take on Ireland. To the ice, the wait is finally over. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup final goes tonight in Carolina, with the Hurricanes hosting the Vegas Golden Knights. Puck drop is set for 6. In Vancouver, new Canucks GM Ryan Johnson has made his first major decision, officially naming former NHL forward Manny Malhotra as the 23rd head coach in the franchise's history. At Roland Garros, Felix Auger-Aliassime continues to make history. The Canadian defeated Alejandro Tabilo in straight sets to become the first Canadian man to reach quarterfinals at all 4 Grand Slam events. Auger-Aliassime will face Italy's Flavio Caboli tomorrow. On the diamond, the Blue Jays begin a challenging interleague series in Atlanta tonight. Kevin Gausman gets the start with first pitch scheduled for 5:15. In the NBA, the finals tip off tomorrow night as the Spurs welcome the Knicks for Game 1. Tip-off is at 6:30. And finally, a blockbuster trade in the NFL. Reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett is headed to the Rams after a remarkable 23-sack campaign. In return, Cleveland receives a standout pass rusher, Jared Verse, along with a first, a second, and third round draft pick. The Sports Update is brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, your dealer for life.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button. Thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki in a tuxedo t-shirt because it says, like, he wants to be formal, but he's also here to party too.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Got a big shot off this stick of mine. I keep those lanes wide open all the time. Drysidle setting up shop, McDavid's flying. I'll hit the twine when I walk the line. As sure as new G is slick and Kane is tough. We're going all the way this year, enough is enough. And we can play 'em straight or we can play 'em rough. I'm feeling fine when I walk the line. You know I shoot that puck so very, very hard. The name on the back of my jersey says Bouchard. And we're gunning for first place, not a wild card. I'll hit the twine when I walk the line.
7:34 in Edmonton. It is the Nielson Show, presented by Weiss, Johnson, Tom Gazzola, and Dave Jamieson with you alongside YouTube Trev on Edmonton Sports Talk and of course, 95.7 Cruise FM. Good morning. Hope you're doing well out there. My voice was cracking over the weekend.
Hey,
it's back.
Oh, really?
I do not need a lozenge just yet.
May I suggest? Now,
What do you
if
got
I,
there?
for different reasons,
What do you
have
got
vocal issues, right? Because of my
yeah.
condition. I've landed on these things.
Tell me
these
more.
bad boys. These are Werthers.
Yes.
So it's like the absolute old person.
I love a Werther's. It's original.
But these are no sugar added. So I am popping these things like if they came in a Pez dispenser,
Of course.
you know, a much younger version of Dave, if these had some sort of hallucinogenic properties, I'd be, you know,
Why not
a member
now,
of the
Dave?
Grateful Dead. No, but these are outstanding. Werther's, no sugar added.
Oh, there you go.
Ask for them by name.
Shameless plug there
Yes.
by Dave Jameson.
Yes.
We're inside the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studios. Take advantage of the $5.99 big deal over at Popeyes. They also have the big sauce combo for $9.99 going on right now. Big thank you to everybody who took part last month in donating to the Ben Stelter Foundation. We had Ben's Day on May 27th. We were live on location at Popeyes on 170th Street, just off of Stony Plain Road. A couple of weeks ago, that was great. I went with the Ben's meal on Ben's Day. That was
Okay, yes, you
wonderful.
should.
And I always get the cherry Coca-Cola there. I love that they have it on the fountain.
Yeah,
It's
that
hap-
isn't a common
Don't see it everywhere.
offering, is it?
I don't think so. I usually avoid sodas,
Okay.
Dave, but when I see
But if you're
cherry
going to
Coke,
have
I'm like,
one,
Daddy's
going to
have that.
Yeah, you're going to take it up a notch.
Yeah. I do that. Portions of this hour brought to you by Hammer Injury Law. Rick Mallett has once again been recognized by Best Lawyers for 2026, continuing a distinction he has received every year since the founding of Hammer Injury Law. Best Lawyers recognition is based on peer review within the legal profession, reflecting the respect he's earned from other lawyers for his work in personal injury litigation and advocacy for injured Albertans. Visit hammerinjurylaw.ca or call 1-855-98-HAMMER.
There you have it.
Boom.
It's hammer time.
Bringing it down. We do need to put together a early bird bet of the day. I do not have the contact over at Play Alberta. I guess I could message Jordan and be like, can you put this up?
You and I are similar in that. Yes.
But we can make recommendations. We can
Yeah, we
work
can make a
together
recommendation.
on suggestions for tonight.
Oh.
Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final, David.
So these are gentle recommendations as to where you might want to place
Yeah.
a gentle wager.
Yeah.
You're not betting the house.
No.
You're doing so responsibly.
Use your game sense.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trev.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we do around
You know
here.
how the game's played.
We use our game sense.
Yep.
Let's take a look at Play Alberta right now, presenting sponsor of Edmonton Sports Talk, and see what they have on the docket. Golden Knights plus 128. Road Dogs. Hurricanes minus 152 heading into tonight. Favorites. Over under set at 5.5, boys. The over at minus 118. The under at plus 100. So let's just do this.
Yeah, let's.
Who would you
make
take
a
on the money
note
line?
in your
We're going to make a note. I'm going to use
Okay.
pen and paper.
sure.
Money line. Who do we, as a consensus, say is going to win tonight?
I got to go Canes.
You're going Canes. Dave, you're going.
You know what? I'm going Knights because I feel like it's going to be that. You know that everyone's moving the way of Carolina.
Oh, they are?
It will not be a sweep. I think Vegas, if they're going to win, they get this first one.
I'm with you on that. I'm going to go. So we're going to outvote you.
That's totally fair.
So this might be ludicrous to some.
Luda.
So we'll go Vegas at plus 128. Dogs.
Nice.
And then, I mean, if you want to make it in a little parlay, if you wanted to do the over-under on tonight, they have it set at 5.5. The over at minus 118. The under at plus 100. High scoring or low scoring tonight?
Low.
6 goals? So you're taking
I'm
the
gonna
under?
go low. Yeah.
What are you taking?
I was going to say over,
Okay.
but
I guess I'm the determining vote.
go under. Or go with
I'll
your
go
heart.
over.
Oh,
Go with your heart. Just go with your heart.
Go with your
please.
Carter heart?
Well,
So we're going let's in lieu of the early bird bet of the day, Vegas on the money line. And then if we're going to play the over or under, we're going to take the over.
Over.
At 5.5. Now that's
I like that.
favored tonight, but I don't know if you can put a little sprinkle on that. Maybe you win some money.
Boom.
And no hard feelings if it doesn't work out.
And sorry.
Just blame Trev.
If it doesn't work out, sorry.
As always, we do our best.
Yeah, just blame Trev. What's the big deal here?
We just do our best.
What's the
fine.
big deal here? All right. That was for Play Alberta. That's a gentle recommendation. Take it or leave it. We're okay with that. Use your game sense. As always. All right. We want to dive into the Paris Jewelers inbox and the nasty chat as we roll along. If you want to join the conversation, text us 780-218-9999. And, of course, if you're watching live on YouTube, pop into the nasty chat. Dave, you got anything there you want to get a point across?
No. I'm getting ready for confessions. I'm bracing myself.
We have confessions.
Yes, I'm bracing myself.
Okay,
I'm actually. Okay, hang on a sec. Trying to get the timeline.
Okay, good. So I'll buy you guys a little bit more time for confessions. That's coming up. Colin Ellerslie.
Yes.
Who is nasty number 10. I love it.
Oh, hold on a minute. So I'm guessing like that individual is the 10th nasty.
Yeah, his membership card is number 10.
Really?
Cole is...
Who's number 1? Who is the founding
should
father
know
of all
this.
nasties?
Yeah, who is that?
I should know this.
And should
Show
that,
yourself.
And should that person not be held,
I think they are.
OG.
I think the top 10 are held in very high regard.
I think so.
It's a Matthew Owonick thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
they don't
respected and noted by the rest of us.
They don't flex it as much as
Which often happens around here, right? It's an Owonick thing, but not respected by others.
No, we do respect
Oh, yes.
it. Yeah.
Oh, you do
Now, there
respect
are
it.
other
Okay.
things that we're just like, oh, Matthew, but
Yeah.
not many, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Colin Ellerslie says, thanks for the laugh, Tom. I'm a man. I'm 40. I snuck that in there when you were talking about
my age. And
yeah.
yeah, the original nasty is, there's got to be a backstory there.
I would think so.
tube socks.
Oh,
I guess.
tubes. Of course.
makes
Steven is.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Well done, Steven.
He needs to flex that more, though.
I think he does subtly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good then.
Yeah, him and Big Uke with the What Were We Saying podcast.
Ah, yes.
Couple of gentlemen. Some would even call them scholars.
And when do they? Yeah. So they drop new offerings every Tuesday, or is it Thursday?
Once a week.
Thursday.
They're
Okay.
into season 2 already.
Yes.
Yeah. They work quickly.
It's got legs.
It does.
Yes.
It does. If you watch it, you can see their legs.
Right.
Andrea says, morning, guys. Tommy kind of threw me off with being on air first thing in the morning. LOL. Hello, Andrea. Yes.
Threw Tom off.
I'm here.
It threw you off a bit.
You know what? It's been a little while since I've done the morning show, but LT, Maddie, Hernan, they all went and enjoyed the Canadian men's national
You're here
soccer match yesterday.
so that they could get soaked and drunk.
Yeah, that's right.
That seems fair. That's a decent trade.
As you know, I like the ding button
Yes.
on this board.
Yeah.
And then just a note from Richard says westbound Yellowhead at 97th is fine now. So Pauline Higgins, who's doing traffic for 95.7, monitoring it, keeping you up to speed. I'm assuming Richard just drove it, so hopefully all is well. According to Richard, it is. So that's great. Just wanted to pass that along. Okay, weekly. Okay, you want to add something before we
No,
do
well, I was
confessions?
just going to say, driving in this weather, right?
Yes.
And I'm a West Coaster, as you know.
Yes.
So biblical rainstorms,
Yes.
Daddy's been there and done that a few times. But I'd forgotten what hydroplaning was like. Like when you start to do a little bit of the slide.
Yeah. Or how about
You feel like you're in
What a
that
rush.
movie Tokyo Drift, and you're like, wait a minute, I'm not. Hang on.
This isn't what the car's supposed
This
to do.
is not. I don't like this feeling.
It is spooky.
It is. It's a weird feeling.
heart rate
It's a loss of
spikes.
control, right? Like
Sure.
just a subtle, or not subtle, slight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like,
Brief.
oh,
Hopefully.
Everyone remembers their first hydroplane.
yes. I bet.
I remember my first very well. Yeah, it spooked me. Kind of pretty similar reaction to everyone else's. Just, whoa, what
Yeah.
was that?
Visibility can be an issue depending how hard the rain is dropping,
Yes.
How bad your wipers are.
how bad your wipers are, or if you get caught behind a bigger vehicle and you get that constant splash.
It's all happening.
Just maybe a touch of caution out there,
Just
more
a
than
touch.
usual,
Yes,
perhaps.
that's right. And in the absence of Will Fraser, I'll say it, turn your lights on.
Yes.
Oh, well done, Jmo. Well done. All right. This is the 7 o'clock hour, which is brought to you by Game Sense, like we were talking about with the early bird play of the day, brought to you by Play Alberta. But use your Game Sense. When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed. Visit GameSense.ab.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, always use your Game Sense. Yeah, let's do confessions, boys. It's been a while since I've done this. Trev, usually you take the cake with yours because they're unique.
Little revealing behind the curtains.
And that's okay. It's
It's okay.
It's a curious life.
Do you guys want me to start off?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, it's actually nothing too crazy today. I just and it sucks because I want to. I confess I really, really, really struggle watching soccer.
That's okay.
I confess. I love playing soccer. It's my favorite sport to play. I was decent at it as a kid. I've joined leagues here in Edmonton, which has been so much fun. But man, I cannot, for the life of me, just sit down and watch a match. It's tough. I get annoyed, and I know
What annoys you most?
It's what annoys most is just the flopping,
soccer.
is the diving. It's the I have a hard time with that.
How about Kone yesterday in the first half?
It's yeah,
And he like does the extra roll. You hear it, it catches on the mic. He gets slight push, little trip.
yeah.
And you're like, yeah, my ears, man.
And credit to people that love soccer, that watch soccer. It is
It is the global
sport,
yes,
right?
It is.
Yeah, that's awesome. But I really can't, and I feel, and it just it really bothers me and annoys me seeing just time and time again flop. I'm like, it ruins it for me, man. It really does. And every soccer fan will say, no, that's just they're trying to get calls, they're trying to, and I get that. But when you go about it that way to make yourself look like a baby.
Selling it.
Yeah. And
Selling it.
there's some, I mean, just Google it, YouTube it.
See, I thought, given your age, you would it'd be less about that and more about the lack of scoring.
No, like I don't mind. Like I will say some of the goals that like when they, pass, tic-tac-toe, that's some of the most satisfying stuff to watch in all of sports. And I'm okay with that. I get it that it's a chess match, and okay, like let's possession is everything. Let's take it back. We don't have to go now. I respect that part of the game. I'm okay with 1-0, 2-0. That part doesn't bother me. It's just the flopping, man. It really gets me, and I feel like a lot of people say that. Or stand with me in that. You
have people standing with you or supporting you in this case in the nasty chat. I've got this. Ray of Sunshine 77 says, it's a lot of running around with little excitement. Fair. Ray of Sunshine, we could use one of you right now on this dark, dreary day.
That thought occurred to me last night as I was watching it, and I've watched a lot of soccer, and, damn, you got to work hard to get a goal.
Yep.
Like, it's a lot. It sounds obvious, but it's a slow grind to create the opportunity.
The build-up, yeah.
Where hockey, yes, it too can be very difficult. Ask the Oilers. But there's, because of the way and the sport it is, there are a lot more things that happen quickly and by chance in hockey, right? Because of the nature of the sport, right?
Yeah. However, I love the clubs. I love the fans. I love the chants like that. I love how diehard they are.
It's
I
incredible.
love how they rally. They really rally behind their team. That aspect of it's beautiful. But it's just, it bothers me and this is where, as a hockey fan, you don't get that. And maybe that's why, like if I started watching soccer first and then hockey, it would have been a little bit different. But I mean, you go from one sport that's extremely physical and even though there's a little bit of that nowadays, not nearly as much selling compared to soccer.
Abutski says, I'm with you, YTT. I follow footy, but rarely watch a game. And then jamming, also solidarity with YTT. I don't watch it either. I'll follow along, but I don't watch it.
Can't. Just, like there was a clip of some guy, he flicked the guy's ear. Just a little flick, and he was rolling on. I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, listen, there are people out there, not many, thankfully, who think that the style of play in the NHL right now is garbage. Not physical, not nearly physical enough.
Well, that argument I can understand.
You know, that the lack of physicality in today's hockey, and I still think there's lots of it, and hockey's never been played at a higher level. And if you don't believe me, go back and watch early 80s North Stars v. whomever and ask yourself,
Devils.
Wow, this is really not very good.
Yeah. That is fair. Like you see, like the passes are like they're slapping it to each other.
Oh,
the puck handling abilities.
it looks very rudimentary, and you're talking in some cases of some of the best players. But there were the greats or very goods, and then there was a lot of just guys.
Jags, as they say.
Jags, yes. Now, that is not the case in today's NHL, correct. But there are those who feel that the lack of physicality, that it's a watered down or pale version of the hockey that once was.
Maybe we romanticize
Same applies to football,
nostalgia.
too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, bubble wrap the quarterbacks now. Well, because you
I think
have
there's
to.
an argument for that as well.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
they're the ones who sell tickets, them, running backs and receivers.
Sure.
I appreciate good defense and big hits, but you want to see the points. So he confesses he doesn't watch soccer, but he likes it.
Yes.
What do you confess?
Well, this goes back to our previous employer, Bell Media.
Mm-hmm.
So
technically, I still am employed by them.
So maybe you need to leave the room.
That's
for this.
okay.
So it had to be in the last year, right? Because I was away for the illness. I returned, and the building was starting. We were shedding people, and we needed some supplies on our side of the building, right at TSN, because it was pretty clear we weren't going to get, photocopy paper and staples, and those sort of, God, we're out of pens again. Where do we go?
Those are essentials.
So I came in on a Sunday. I had to get some other stuff done. Anyhow, I'm like, so I go to the other side of the building and I go, God, you know what? I kind of like that computer stand sitting in an empty desk. There's no one around. I'm just going to grab it. I'm thinking no one's going to know.
Yeah.
Get some other things, bring it over to our side, put them in the studio. Because I'm trying to at least give the appearance that somebody still cares.
You cared. You did care.
Yes.
That is without question.
I figure if we're going to go down, let's go down with looking like,
with dignity.
With dignity.
Yeah.
So nothing, no one says anything. And then within a couple of days, a memo goes out. Whoever stole or took, forget the term they used, the following items. And it wasn't like 10, but there were a couple there.
Yep.
Please return them. No questions asked.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, oh, damn it. All right. So I gather these things up and I head over to, the office administrator on the other side. I said, hey, I don't know how these things ended up over there, but I think I've got all of them. Good? And she's like, oh, thank you. As a reward, ice cream party for the entire staff.
I didn't get ice cream.
Yeah, it was, and I told Awanik and Eric, and they're like, damn, that is slick. So you stole it, you returned it, made it sound like you were a good Samaritan.
Oh, wow.
And thank you. And everyone got a Revel bar or whatever they had, an ice cream sandwich. It was like, yes.
That's awesome. That's great.
That is, you're like a ninja. You were a ninja in that building.
Just slithered in, slithered out.
So they actually had uses for those things that were
apparently,
borrowed.
and God, there was nobody left in the building.
That one side was
A little dark over
desolate.
there.
Oh,
Yes.
quite dark.
Yes.
I don't know if they turned the lights on at all there for a couple of years. Well done. That was a great confession. I have one.
Okay.
It's nowhere near as good as that. We should have saved yours for last.
Well,
It's a double whammy. I will piggyback off of Trev liking a sport but not watching it on television.
Okay.
I'm like that with golf. Although in recent years, I find myself watching the majors pretty consistently, especially on Saturdays and Sundays.
but as a hockey guy, are you not a golfer?
I love golf. I
Yeah, you're-
love golf.
but you
love,
don't
love,
watch
love
it.
You're a
playing
good
golf.
golfer too, Tommy.
No, I'm okay.
You're humble.
Some days.
That's what I like about you.
There are much better golfers, a lot of them.
It's a hard sport.
It is a hard sport. It's up here.
We're hearing
broke-
that.
Did you not break 80 once?
Yeah, I did. Twice?
Yeah. I did.
That I felt a sense of accomplishment. I look
that's
forward
very
to
impressive, man.
doing that again. But the ones that do it consistently, I'm in awe of and would like to pursue doing the same. And I hope to one day.
That's a great confession.
Now, my true confession is, looked in the fridge yesterday and I'm like, geez, I don't have much left.
Uh-oh.
I avoid grocery shopping at all costs. I confess. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
So how do you get your items?
I live across the street from a grocery store or pick something up on the way home.
Yeah. Nice.
And many bars and restaurants, as you know, right outside.
I like that.
the arena.
Many bars and restaurants.
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Gazzola, the usual.
Hey, it's good to
Yes.
see ya. And I know the happy hours and the specials, and quite honestly, it works.
Yeah. Honestly, I was thinking about this the other day, but
Yes.
whenever I go out to eat, I always plan. Whether it's Wing Wednesday, there's a place I know that's Pizza Thursday.
Okay.
For obviously Taco Tuesday, there's obviously Pasta Tuesday at Boston Pizza.
Right.
I know happy hours at a lot of places. So
Yep.
I'm always trying to save money that way. And I was thinking, like, I might even be the way I do it. I might save more the way that groceries are nowadays. I might save more by going out on these specials days than getting groceries. But yeah, Tommy, I'm kind of with you. I only ever, when I get groceries, it's just like a bag. I never get a whole cart
Yeah,
full. I'm like,
I
I
get-
want to make this tonight. But I never go and splurge for like several hundreds of dollars.
I don't have stuff for the next 2 weeks. I get it for like the next few days.
Yeah, that's what
Well,
I do.
yeah, but you're a
always
single human, right? You have no other
Yes.
people who
Man-child.
need to be fed.
Yeah.
Yeah. People would be like, do you have legumes? Those are vegetables.
Yes. More.
No. Generally, I don't have them in my fridge.
Right. Is that because you don't eat them or you choose?
I let them go bad because I forget I have them
I see.
most of the time. I've learned this lesson.
So if I were to go to your place and say, hey, Tom,
Yeah.
and you'll go, Dave, why are you here? And I go, well, I'd
Want a
like to
beer?
be fed. Sure, I would probably say yes to that. I go, you don't happen to have any spinach, do you?
No.
And you'd likely say no, Dave.
I would laugh at you.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Rich-
I ask these things.
No, I appreciate that. Richard texting in says, I can't watch a soccer game. Either the man bras.
Man bras.
Well, they wear the heart monitors and the tracking. It's
Right.
like
That's okay. Sorry,
it's
I
a
missed the
man's ear.
reference.
It looks like one.
Yes, got it.
He says the insane driving turns me off as well. Papa Bear says, spoken like true bachelors. Hey, Jmo.
Yes.
Vitamin J says, YTT, dude, you're so correct. Diving in men's soccer is embarrassing. It's pathetic. Vitamin J with that one. Dex says, Google floppers and you'll get soccer and LeBron highlights. Dex, uh-oh.
Careful. Dustin's monitoring.
I know. Hopefully he's sleeping. And, I had one here that I wanted to read. That was funny. I think I lost it. No, I lost it.
If it's good, it'll come back, Tom.
It'll come back. Yeah. More people saying spoken like true bachelors. Absolutely. Okay. We do need to step out for a quick break. A sports update on EST with YouTube Trev. You're going to get some news and traffic and a quick update over on the Cruise FM side of things. And this sports update is brought to you by Trev, Windsor Plywood Leduc.
Yes. And if you want to play kind of easy trivia,
Get in now.
text in right now. Pick me, Trev. I'll
me,
get
he
to
says.
those right after the sports update. A crowd of 45,000 filled Commonwealth Stadium last night to watch Team Canada take down Uzbekistan in a thrilling international friendly. 2-0 was the final score. Next up for Canada is another friendly, this time against Ireland on Friday. The wait is over. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup final drops tonight as the Carolina Hurricanes host the Vegas Golden Knights in a heavyweight championship battle. Puck drop for this one goes at 6, and Ryan Johnson has made his first move as GM of the Canucks, officially naming former NHLer Manny Malhotra as their new head coach, making him the 23rd coach in the franchise's history. On the clay at Roland Garros, Felix Auger-Aliassime is putting on an absolute clinic, cruising past Alejandro Tabilo in straight sets. With his win, he becomes the first Canadian man in history to reach the quarterfinals at all 4 Grand Slam events. He'll hit the court once again tomorrow, taking on Italy's Flavio Caboli. On the diamond, the Blue Jays return from a day off to open up a tough interleague series against the Braves in Atlanta. First pitch flies at 5:15 with Kevin Gausman on the bump. And then hoops, the NBA Finals tip off tomorrow night as the Spurs host the Knicks at 6:30. And a blockbuster in the NFL, reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett is heading to the Rams after a record-setting 23-sack season. Cleveland gets a king's ransom in return, elite pass rusher Jared Verse, plus a first, second, and third round pick. The Sports Update was brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
What say you? Hey, nasty crew. We got the Nielson Show flu, and there's nothing we can do about it. What say you? Hey, nasty crew. My wife thinks I got better things to do, but there's nothing I can do about it. We're tuning in, we're listening online. We catch up with the podcast, don't we fall behind. We're texting in the nasty chat, what's on our mind. 780-218-9999. No more interference from corporate interest. Just Dustin and Eric and all of the bad cats like Wyshynski and Noodles. Captain can gauge it. Maybe it's fun but a cool band to make a little wager. We can't wait for the Monday mandate. Shaggy's always on time. Tommy's always late.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Forget about the old place. Hey, we were number 1 in the text race. We don't miss all the commercial breaks, but we sure miss Nickelback today. We wanna hear some hot takes and we wanna hear Renee. Why not hold the neck up when I wanna kiss away? Be left to tie a fire and remember that name. We love every goal song, but what about the games? Macaramella, Rapapo, Dragger, Engineer. It ain't Christmas season, but they sound like reindeer. Button and my cousin and the tales of the North. All about him being in person, Dusty go forth. What say you? AM Nasty crew. We got the Nielson Show flu, and there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it. I think we're gonna be glad. I think it's today. Yeah. Connor Brown scored last night. His dragon is slain. He's finally out the schneid. He's finally out the schneid. Connor Brown's off to the schneid. It's about f***ing time. He's had chances.
8:03 in Edmonton. Hope you're doing well out there. It's the Nielson Show right here on Edmonton Sports Talk and 95.7 Cruise FM. Tom Gazzola in for Lieutenant Eric. You got the one and only Dave Jamieson in for Dusty Nielson and YTT YouTube. Trev handling things at the technical desk. Hope we're going to have a nice Tuesday. I know the weather hasn't been playing along nicely, but that only means that warmer, sunnier days are on the way. Pretty pleased?
Yes.
Pretty please. It is hour number 3 of the Nielson Show, brought to you by GD Liquidators. This hour brought to you by GD Liquidators, auctions and appraisals. I mentioned EST, get 5% off anything new or used. Don't miss their monthly online auctions at www.gdliquidators.com. Canadian owned and operated. Make them your first call. Call 780-447-2787 or visit them at 14510 124th Ave. We're going to get to Kinda Easy Trivia, brought to you by Mr. Mike's right away here. You can text us via the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. If you're watching live on YouTube, hop into the nasty chat. And you also get those texts in for text of the day. I have a couple of candidates. Pat had one earlier. Grumpy Cat, had one that I wanted to read at the last break before we go into Kinda Easy Trivia. So Zach Galifianakis, boys.
Yes. Between Two Ferns and many movies, Hangover,
like
lives,
hilarious.
on one of the Gulf Islands.
In Carolina?
No.
Or
in
Gulf?
British Columbia. Gulf
In
Islands.
BC? Because his wife is from Edmonton, is she not?
I'm not sure.
He was
but
at the Fringe a few years ago.
Well, he lives one of the Gulf Islands.
The more you know.
Yes.
He had this bit. Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming this is how Grumpy Cat read or sent in this text and meant for it to be read.
Okay.
Grumpy Cat texts in and says, actually, the attendance at last night's game was 46,146. And I assumed, reading Grumpy Cat's text via the Paris Jewelers inbox, that he meant it to sound like Zach Galifianakis with his bit called The Obnoxious Illiterate. May I borrow your glasses, Dave, for a second?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm going to try to do it.
Careful. They're the only ones I have.
I will be very gentle with them. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes so I don't mess up my eyes.
Yeah.
I thought I told you I don't know how to read.
That's good.
The obnoxious illiterate. So Grumpy Cat, I like that text. I assume you meant it in that fashion.
Yes.
I just wanted to do that. I love
46,000. What was the number again?
146. That was the announced crowd. Well done, Edmonton, last night.
Yeah.
Rain-soaked Commonwealth Stadium. 2-0 victory for Canada over Uzbekistan. All right, YouTube Trev, do we have somebody ready to go for Kinda Easy Trivia?
Yes, we do. Playing today is El Presidente.
Oh, no. El Presidente is going to play Kinda Easy Trivia, brought to you by Mr. Mike's. At Mr. Mike's, you eat, you earn, duh. Get points for every dollar you spend, plus bonus rewards on your visit. Sign up for Mr. Mike's Rewards today and start eating like an earnivore. Mr. Mike's, eat locally, enjoy casually. What's up, El Presidente? How are you this morning?
All right, Tommy, and you. Just wondering about that intro that we said, oh, no.
Oh, no. Well, I mean that with love.
Yeah, there's a lot of love there. It didn't come through exactly, but I
sarcastic.
I'm right here.
Yeah.
So, El Presidente, I'll ask the first question, then we'll start the ticker. Did Canada beat Uzbekistan last night at Commonwealth?
They did 2-0.
Is Canada playing in the World Cup in 2026?
Yes, they are.
Does the Stanley Cup final start tonight?
Yes, it does.
Does Carter Hart play goal for Vegas?
Yes, he does.
Did YouTube Trevor get a new green suit from Modern Measure?
I believe he did, yes. Looking sharp, gentlemen.
Boom.
My name is Julius, and I'm your twin brother. I've been looking forward to this moment my whole life. Excuse me, but I was just taking a shower.
Tell me a little bit about Vincent. Was he a great athlete? Was he interested in chess and poetry?
My name is Julius. My name is Julius. My name is Julius.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Congratulations to El Presidente picking up a GC at Mr. Mike's. Well done, sir. I think you went 5 for 5. Mm-hmm. He knows his stuff. He knows his stuff. Nicely done, Dave.
That's a clean sheet.
Ah.
I know that's a shutout. So, but and he clearly was not. But yeah, that's a nice, confident move through 5 questions.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. If you have any questions for 3 Questions Too Many, fire those our way. 3 Questions Too Many brought to you by Park Mazda still. Oh, always brought to you by Park Mazda.
Always.
Mitch and the crew over at Park Mazda will be happy to see you. They're your dealer for life. And I'm assuming Mitch was watching yesterday's game at Commonwealth Stadium from a luxury suite of some sort.
And if he were outside, the rain would not have touched him.
Boom.
Somehow, Mitch would have avoided being soaked at all.
It's just his aura, Dave.
Yes.
It's just his aura. I've not met Mitch. I know of Mitch.
Yeah, me too. I hear so much about the guy.
I've
very good things.
May have met him years ago. Yes.
Very
He was
handsome,
in the
apparently.
old place. Yep.
Yeah. All right. We do have our first question. Fire those in via the Paris Jewelers inbox. If you have any questions for Dave, myself, or YouTube Trev, send those in. Or just in general. We'll answer. 3 Questions Too Many brought to you by Park Mazda. Vance Van Vandervan. I'm a big fan of Vance Van Vandervan.
Yes, as you should be.
All right. Says for 3 questions. In Pulp Fiction, Jules and Vincent are sent to get a case some guys stole. They never show you what's in the case. So what's in the case? Is it A, Walter White's from The Big Lebowski's ransom scene?
Yes.
B, naked pictures of B. Arthur from the
God.
Lone Ranger's hostage demands from Airheads? C, Gary Busey? D, Hunter S. Thompson, a.k.a. Raoul Duke's drug collection?
Oh, I like that one. Seems likely.
D, Hunter S. Thompson, a.k.a. Raoul
You're
Duke's
familiar
drug
with
collection.
Hunter S. Thompson, are
Not
you?
really.
Okay, well.
Writer?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yes, primarily.
Okay.
And a very skilled one.
Okay.
But check out the Johnny Depp movie, Fear. I think it's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
That
That's
one I
of his
know of.
books.
I've never watched the whole thing.
Yes. It's like Tube and Arlington Road and the Big Lebowski. You'll get to it.
Arlington.
I finally
Big Lebowski's great.
Hey?
Arlington Road?
I watched them both, yeah.
You did, eh? Okay.
Yeah. Lebowski is funny.
Yes.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I want to watch it again.
Arlington Road?
It's one of the worst movies ever.
Fair enough.
Terrible. I don't know what Dusty.
Thank you, Dusty.
He's what a great twist at the end. It's don't watch it.
Sure.
Don't waste your time. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes, or 2 hours, I believe, right around there.
Okay.
Spend it doing something else. Like anything.
Learn
else.
a language.
I didn't learn anything from that movie. I came away, I was like, that's it.
Arlington.
Like he talked it up
Arlington
like it was
Road.
the greatest twist ever.
He does love Con Air.
You know what? Con Air is so much better than Arlington Road.
I believe you.
So much better.
He's not similar genres, though. Fair Con Air? Like, would that not?
I don't assume as much.
Was that the one McSorley? Was that the one McSorley's in?
He was in it. I think he was the pilot.
Yes.
He gets killed.
Right.
Yeah.
Now that I think of it, he's kind of just got a thing with Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi is wonderful. Do you know he was a firefighter in New York before becoming an actor?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I know he's pretty
Doesn't look
funny.
like the type, does he?
No, not at all. But
no,
because yeah, Steve Buscemi, he's
No,
in
he
Con
doesn't.
Air, Big Lebowski.
Yes.
He's always saying Steve Buscemi. But
Great
interesting.
cameo
He's
in
funny.
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison, yeah. Grown Ups, he's great.
Grown Ups, yeah. Balaneski via the nasty chat says the gold in the case is whatever the viewer wants it to be.
Oh, okay. So it's for us to God, the
They put
photos
it in
of
our
B.
hands.
Arthur. Wonderful actress.
Oh boy. Balaneski adds Spider Noir is great. Nick Cage is awesome and highly recommend it. I'm a Spider-Man fanboy. I'm with you, Balaneski. I finished Spider Noir last night.
Okay.
And it is phenomenal. I loved it. I watched it in color because you can watch it in black and white, or I think they call it true hue color.
True
where they
hue.
saturate a lot of the color, and then like very distinct color patterns with the
God, I'll have to check that out.
outfits and the backgrounds. And I thought it was great. It's a 1930s take on Spider-Man, but they don't call him Spider-Man. He's just the Spider. There's also some Sony and Marvel legalities that do not allow them to use Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
the name,
Okay.
Yeah. And the likeness. Like he goes by Ben Reilly, but it's revealed that he changed his name after World War I.
Oh my.
And the thought is that
Intrigue.
he was Peter Parker.
Oh, boy.
And changed his name to
Okay.
Ben Reilly, connecting him potentially
to
Spider-Man from Into the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse.
I like Balanesky. I'm a Spider-Man nerd. I love it.
Yeah, Spider-Man's great.
Yeah. Did you watch Spider-Man?
I'm going to. Like, it's on the top of my list for things I'm going to watch.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Spider-Man. I can
Spider-Man.
yes, the theme song spins a web, catches thieves just like flies.
Look out. Here comes
He's a Spider-Man.
Oh, it's terrific.
Aerosmith did a great cover of that.
Aerosmith did?
Yeah, they did. Early 2000s, I think.
On an album or for a movie?
I feel like it was just like a one-off. I don't know where they distributed it. Remember, like it could have been on a soundtrack, but remember when songs, you had to like find them on a compilation album, or you'd have to seek it out as a single album.
Maybe
that
it's
might
on
have a couple
Wayne's
songs.
World.
Perhaps it's on Wayne's World.
Okay.
Wayne's World 2. I don't know.
I've got the powerful internet. I'll find it.
Google is our friend today.
Aerosmith, Spider-Man. I'll look
Aerosmith.
after it.
Okay, let's go to question number 2 for 3 questions too many. Again, if you want to send one in, fire it over to us at the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999.
2002 Spider-Man movie. They recorded a rock rendition.
Yes.
It says here in the AI overview, I might add,
of course,
that Joe Perry performed the shredding hard rock theme song for Spider-Man, the animated series in 1994.
Great show. Great cartoon. I watched that one growing up.
Okay.
Okay, question number 2 comes in from Kaiser.
Yes.
Says, I'm going to Scottsdale later this week for a bachelor party golf trip. Any suggestions to keep cool, Tom, from a veteran Arizona goer such as yourself? Yes.
Okay. How do you do this?
I recommend, especially if you're golfing and then you're going to be drinking a bit, so you're going to be dehydrated. I'm assuming, Kaiser, or your friends will be. This comes from our old neighbor in Arizona, Dr. Dave. He was an emergency room doctor in Detroit for years and years and years. And to beat the heat, he recommended bringing a towel, like a face cloth from, wherever you're staying, hotel, whatever, or pack one. And usually you get a bucket of ice or a cooler of ice with a couple of waters, or you put your beers in there. But he recommended every couple holes, every second or third hole, drench your towel in that ice water and then put it over your head,
correct,
face, neck, hands.
Yes.
And it'll cool you down. It'll bring your
core temperature down.
Yeah.
Well, you see that at the French Open this earlier in the week in the tournament. Pulverin, they were under a heat dome.
Yes.
In Paris. And it's often the case. You see it with long distance running, but with tennis, the matches can go 5 hours.
Absolutely.
You can be out there, and they often have to do that.
Yeah.
Yes. Smart.
That's like the logical one. Go ahead.
Of course, I would never say, and maybe don't drink in that kind of heat, but
Or
I
mix
know
in
that's
a water.
hard. Yes, mix in a water, mix in a salad.
My brother mix in a salad. Touché, sir.
Yes.
My brother Paul.
Yes.
God bless him.
Mm-hmm.
We were on a scorching hot day. It was like 37 degrees. We're on the course. It was very quiet on the course. It was awesome. And we got to the turn, and it's like, let's get some refreshments, quick bathroom break, go inside for a couple minutes because there's no rush to go back out for the back nine. And we had enough libations available on our cart.
Mm-hmm.
And he walks out with 2 bags on ice, like these like long bags that were like 2 feet long, with 6 super cans in each of them.
Because that's what you needed.
And he's like, boys, we're good to go. And I was like, what? Why? He's like, this was like $15.
Seemed like a good deal, Tom. That's value.
It was.
It's called that's big time value. And look, you can get a buzz or you can get really slammed.
Yeah, cranked.
You pick one.
Yeah.
You don't get both.
So mix in a water. Kaiser, if you're at the day clubs, don't use your real name when you're meeting new people. Go by aliases.
Oh, really?
Say, hi, I'm Kaiser.
Hi.
Unless Kaiser
I'm
is
Peter
your real
Parker.
name. I'm Peter Parker.
Peter Parker. Oh, no. Vance Van der Ven sent in another question for 3 questions.
Okay.
Do I do it to complete the 3?
The trifecta? Go for it.
Vance Van der Ven, you've done it once again.
Okay.
For 3 questions. Can we form a clandestine organization to convince Stan Bowman to blow up the Saddle Dome a la Arlington Road? We get rid of Bowman and Calgary gets a new arena.
They're getting a new arena. Like, when does that thing open, by the way?
Next year.
Next year. Okay.
The answer to that is no.
No.
Well, I don't want to see. I don't want to see anyone harmed.
We harm no one.
I have a
The
soft
Saddle
spot.
Dome is going to get blown up, I would assume, hopefully quicker than the rink here.
This one's supposed to get dismantled soon. Asbestos and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh, so they can't demolish it?
They
It's
can't
got to be
blow it
taken
up.
apart piece by piece? Oh,
Yeah,
God.
sounds like it.
Oh, jeez. The Saddle Dome actually has I love that arena, to be honest.
Why?
It's the
me
barn. I grew up going to, the Battle of Alberta. Usually would go to I would go to Battle of Alberta every single year, and primarily they would always be in the Saddle Dome. And I loved being, an Oilers fan. I loved just getting a rise out of Flames fans at an early age, like 10, 12. And then once I got
Used to get in a lot of fights, as a kid.
No, but I would definitely poke some fun. I would be like,
Imagine a little tube running around the Saddle Dome.
I think he was sweet and innocent.
Oh,
That's
man,
how I
I was-
assumed
Okay.
him to be.
I would get them going. I just knew how to do it too. You guys suck, I would say as I was leaving, drinking some beer. You guys suck. It was the absolute best. And so I thoroughly enjoyed that, and just the atmosphere. I love Battle of Alberta's in Calgary. Just being an Oilers fan in the away barn was more fun than being in the home barn, I thought.
They missed out on shows, concerts.
Yes.
Because of the roof.
Correct.
Because of
Load limits.
I get it. You're a town that has deep, deep, deep roots in cowboy culture. Right?
They really
You don't need to.
bought
Everything
into that.
doesn't have to look like a hat. You know what I'm saying? We
I know
get
what
it.
you're saying.
But it's
get
kind of
it.
cool looking, eh? It's
Or a
unique.
saddle.
Yeah,
They were
that's
talking
just-
Or
about
a hat. Or
But they
saddle,
were
I should
talking
say.
about
A hat.
building a high rise in the shape of a hat,
Okay,
of a
well,
cowboy hat,
That's awesome.
or a cowboy hat, as I
Why
like to
not?
say. Hey, man,
Yes, Saddle Dome hat.
It's
yes, sorry.
it's like 10 days of Halloween in the summer down there. You get to pretend to be a cowboy.
Sure.
When you see,
I've not done Stampede.
oh, it's wonderful. It's actually
I-
tremendous.
You know what? Confessions.
Yes.
I actually have never been to the Stampede either.
It is so much fun.
I always just missed
I
out.
think a younger version of me might have been able to,
The whole-
maximize enjoyment.
The whole city buys in. Like that.
Oh,
We mock because we're up here and they're down there, and there's a rivalry, of course. But it is actually a tremendous party, and I appreciate how the city gets behind it. And yes, the accountant on floor 72
Yeah.
with a neatly buttoned plaid shirt into designer jeans and cowboy boots looks like an idiot, but they buy in.
Yes.
have at it.
They buy in. Krager texting in a recommendation to keep cool in the Arizona desert sun. Peppermint oil, a few dabs on the nape of your neck, just above your collar. Very much helps keep you cool, and the bugs also hate peppermint.
Really?
Signed, Krager. Good recommendation.
Tuck that one away. I'm not heading to Arizona anytime soon, but and SPF minimum 30.
Yes.
Correct?
Oh, yeah, you
Tommy,
gotta-
you want to speak to that?
Lather it up. If
Yeah.
you don't tan and just burn like this bad boy,
No.
lather up the SPF. Very important. Hampton Steve texting and says, I have family working on the demo of the Coliseum and can confirm that the building is full of asbestos, lead, mercury, mold, and all other types of nasty stuff that is preventing them from blowing it up.
Okay, I don't want to be alarmist here.
Okay.
And none of that sounds good.
No, it's not.
You familiar with the story of Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia?
I know
And,
of Veterans Stadium,
okay.
but don't know. Or is it Veterans? Veterans. Yeah. Anyway.
Veterans Stadium
Yeah.
in Philadelphia. One of the first of the kind of stadium of, I guess it would have been built early 70s.
That
along
was
with
the-
Three Rivers. And
Yeah.
the multi-purpose. It could football and baseball. Of course, it did neither well, but that's what they built at
It
the
did
time.
them.
Yeah, it did them. But a number of former Phillies players, Darren Dalton and a bunch of, I think there were like half a dozen at least, all had cancer.
Oof.
And from exposure, they believe, linked to the AstroTurf and all of the chemicals. And
I had read something
terrible,
about that.
I mean, it was an awful story. But, I mean, that can't be good for people that spent their life in Rexall, can it?
I spent a lot of time there. I'm starting
And I don't want to
worried.
be, I don't, want to unnerve you here,
Yeah.
but that's troubling, is it not? I mean, I guess not surprising
Yes.
given the age of the building, right? It's
1974 it opened.
Exact same building as the Pacific Coliseum in
Yeah.
Vancouver. Like they are, they went, oh, still the blueprint? We'll take it.
We'll do that.
We'll do that.
I think the only thing that was different was the second level, second bowl was in Vancouver. It looked like it dipped the amount of seats. In Edmonton,
I'm trying to remember.
It was consistent all the way around.
All the way around? Yeah.
There are minor differences, but essentially the same building.
Yeah, and the aesthetic and all that. Yeah.
The aesthetic, very much so. The old barn comes down this summer.
Soon.
It starts. Yeah.
This summer? Okay.
Kind of sad, kind of not really. It served
We
a
moved
purpose.
on, 11 years ago, or is this 10 years of
10 years ago.
They doing anything to celebrate 10 at
Upgrades.
Rogers?
Little upgrades, maybe less so that are noticeable to the eye, but internally there's been upgrades.
Oh, okay. Well,
New
as you would
TVs, all
expect.
new TVs, fixing up scoreboard stuff and sprucing it up. I have to give them credit. They've done a good job of maintaining that. That's a wonderful building that they've built. The Coliseum, practical, functional, served its purpose for a long time, and I'll always acknowledge it with love, but it's time to move on from. And we certainly have 10 years. All right. I should mention that portions of this hour are brought to you by the Hive Product Marketing, official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk, promotional products that bring the buzz. Check them out at thehiveproductcom.
On
Ask
your
for
head
Chelsea
right
or
now,
Brett.
right?
I've got the limited edition. I think we only had 50 of these made. EST hat.
One of those
Limited,
short run.
baby.
Short run. And
Nicest
Awanik
hat ever.
is adamant there will never be another run of this hat again. And I
Okay.
believe him. He is very staunch in that belief.
That's a collector's item.
Yes, sir. And you do see it out there in the wild. And when you do, you're like, you're a real one.
Yeah.
Represent.
Chelsea does a wonderful job. So does Brett. And Chelsea and Awanik worked on these hats. And a big thank you to the Hive Product Marketing since day one here at EST.
Yeah.
I'm getting excited. The
Why?
merch that
it's
the
coming in.
launch that Maddie and the Hive put together.
Yeah.
I imagine that should be coming pretty soon here. So.
Said it just went into production.
We should have an
Perfect,
unboxing.
baby.
We should have an unboxing.
ASMR?
I can't wait.
Are they talking to the microphone?
It's golfing season.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah. Well,
I
okay.
hate
That actually.
I'm sorry I did that.
That
everyone.
actually sounded
That
like
is odd.
very good, Tommy.
Thank you.
That was accurate.
It's become a thing. You see
It
it
is.
on like social media. The
Which the
ASMR.
and what is that an acronym
like-
for?
I don't know. Audio something. Auditory sensitivity. I'm guessing here, but it's basically like really close to the microphone, and you hear. I've been watching this one account that does restoration of baseball gloves, and it
Yes, I've seen
actually
that.
does a great job.
It's
and it's all ASMR, so you can hear like the leather going through the loops.
oh okay.
The
So
cut,
it's a full
like
surround.
They'll cut the leather and
Yeah.
fixing up the what would you call it? Reconditioning it.
Right.
It's a thing, and there's a satisfaction to it.
That's it.
What does it sound? What does it stand for?
Autonomous sensory meridian response.
Of
So-
course,
Well, that rolls off the tongue.
it flows, doesn't it?
Wow. Okay.
Oh, all right. We're gonna step out for an update. You're gonna hear from Pauline Higgins and some commercials over on Cruise. And then we're going to come back with
Wyshynski.
Greg Wyshynski. And we have a lot. You're going to pepper him, Dave.
Well, I mean, we'll do it in a nice way, but
In the
yeah, so we've
nicest
got. I
way.
mean, I love Wyshynski's writing, and he's
A good man.
wonderful guest.
He's a good man, that
Yes.
Greg Wyshynski. He's coming up next. Wyshynski, of course, with ESPN. We have a sports update coming up with Lieutenant Eric with YouTube Trev. Brought to you by what? Bids for Kids? No, that one's out. Okay, just the sports update. Here we go.
A crowd of 46,146 filled Commonwealth Stadium last night. Jonathan Osorio and Jaden Nelson scored the goals for Canada in their 2-0 international friendly win over Uzbekistan. The Canadians are back in action Friday when they take on Ireland. To the ice, the wait is finally over. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup final goes tonight in Carolina, with the Hurricanes hosting the Vegas Golden Knights. Puck drop is set for 6. In Vancouver, the Canucks' new GM, Ryan Johnson, has made his first major decision, officially naming former NHL forward Manny Malhotra as the 23rd head coach in the franchise's history. At Roland Garros, Felix Auger-Aliassime continues to make history. The Canadian defeated Alejandro Tabilo in straight sets to become the first Canadian man to reach the quarterfinals at all 4 Grand Slam events. Auger-Aliassime will face Italy's Flavio Caboli tomorrow. On the diamond, the Blue Jays begin a challenging interleague series in Atlanta tonight. Kevin Gausman, he gets the start with first pitch scheduled for 5:15. In the NBA, the finals tip off tomorrow night as the Spurs welcome the Knicks for Game 1. Tip off at 6:30. And finally, a blockbuster trade in the NFL. Reigning Defensive Player of the Year Myles Garrett is headed to the Rams after a remarkable 23-sack campaign. In return, Cleveland receives standout pass rusher Jared Verse along with first, second, and third round draft picks. I'm YouTube Trev, and you are up to date.
It's the Halloo Crew. Normally, my show was happening. Here we go, we got station brew. Money Orlando, got one too. It's the Halloo Crew. Don't ask what second mind I do. Intellectual feels that's true. They can surely out with that glue. Team is hard, he's a come back because the legal. No name after so sequel. Laughing just like we will. We can play together. Check the slow back to the middle. Say no, this is like a long game. We're gold or maybe silver. It's the Halloo Crew. Here's the story about tomorrow. And Tommy doing a cameo. Sometime from morning radio. It's the Halloo Crew. Grumpy cat from Grand Prairie. Find me in Orlando. The north side, no money. Schadenfreude, Schadenfreude, the happiness of Mother's Day avoid. They take pleasure in your hemorrhoid. Your misery makes them overjoyed. Schadenfreude, Schadenfreude, on and off the ice they will destroy. They're guaranteed to never ever bore ya. So they wish you happy Schadenfreude. It's the Halloo Crew. It's the Halloo Crew. It's the Halloo Crew. It's the Halloo Crew. It's the
8:32 in Edmonton. You're listening to The Nielson Show, watching live on YouTube on Edmonton Sports Talk. And, of course, we're on 95.7 Cruise FM. You got Tom Gazzola and Jameson with you inside the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studios. YouTube Trev at the helm, making sure everything's running smoothly. Hit us up, Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. We want to hear from you. And, of course, that was a Jaunty from Victoria special. All songs, OGs here on the Nielsen Show, presented by Sportball. Spring is the perfect time for kids to get active, try new sports, build confidence. Multi-sport programs introduce soccer, baseball, basketball, football, and more. Focus on fun first. No pressure, just play and learning. Visit www.sportball.com. Use the code EST15 for 15% off select classes. And I see that Greg Wyshynski is getting ready. Oh, a little bit of a smile on his face. He's in Carolina. And we're getting ready for Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. Greg is in the Firehouse Subs hotline. As usual, we're good to go. Thumbs up. No middle finger from Trev. I know Lieutenant Eric is wacky and does things his own way, but we like to be nice to each other. ELE! Everybody love everybody is how I like to do it. Hello, Greg. Great to see you, sir. Always a pleasure to chat with you. I see you're on the concourse or in the arena at some point with the morning skate happening right now. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm in the press box down on the ice for the Carolina Hurricanes as they warm up for Game 1 tonight. And I'm good, man. Rollywood is rocking. Everyone loves talking about Mitch Marner. and we're all doing great.
Excellent. Rollywood, that's a new one. I'm pretty sure that I never experienced Rollywood in my travels. It did experience the hotel, the little shopping area, and then the arena. And that's about it. Is this a sexy Stanley Cup final? I know Vegas has the glitz and glamour, but if you take the focus away from the ice, is this a good one for the traveling media?
Well, clearly no one took you to the Angus Barn, I imagine, while you were down here.
No.
The Angus Barn is a giant steakhouse inside of a barn. And it is something to behold. The food is okay. I actually had a pretty good tomahawk steak I shared with some of our writers' friends last night. Bone in, as it were. But it has an entire room of guns, like six shooters that sheriffs would use. It has a little cigar area. I mentioned this because it might be the only place that I find memorable in Raleigh. But that being said, no, it should be a fun final because we don't know how it's going to play out. We got two teams that like to sort of take away what their opponents do offensively. And I don't quite know where that chess match is going to be in game one. I think we're all kind of intrigued.
What an interesting set of accoutrements at this Angus Roadhouse Steakhouse. What was it, Greg?
Angus Barn, sir. The Angus Barn.
Literal barn. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I would imagine there would be Civil War munitions also on display.
That ghosts maybe as well from fallen soldiers in the battlefield.
Sure.
It's really the only place that I've ever been to where you can, see a room full of hunting rifles, while also eating, I don't know,
a delicious
mashed potatoes
and tomahawk steak. Okay.
Yep.
I love it. Greg, the media day and the lead up to game one, what were some of the big storylines that people should be aware of, and what took a lot of the attention going into this game one? Maybe for stuff that's on the ice, and then, of course, there's always those weird and obscure stories that come from the off the ice stuff.
Well, obviously, there was Mitch Marner, and then players talking about Mitch Marner and executives talking about Mitch Marner. That was one story that came out of Media Day. Unfortunately, the death of Claude Lemieux sort of lords over this series in a couple of different ways. He was the agent for Freddie Anderson. He was the agent for Rasmus Anderson. And he also will probably come up in today's press availability with Gary Bettman and Bill Daly, in the sense that the family released a statement saying they were donating his brain to science, and in particular donating his brain for CTE research, which, as you guys know, is not something that the NHL likes to talk about.
Yep.
Gary Bettman in the past has denied a link between traumatic head injuries and CTE. But given the high-profile nature of Claude's life and death, you wonder whether or not they'll be asked about it today at their press conference.
Greg, I saw some things online that it said Vegas PR, but I'm guessing the NHL had a say in this shutdown questioning of Carter Hart. I'm guessing you were there for that, and what sort of direction did the conversation go, and how quickly did they shut it down?
Well, they shut it down in less than 6 minutes, which, if you're talking to the starting goaltender of one of the teams in the Stanley Cup final, is pretty shocking. I mean, there are guys that were at Media Day yesterday who don't speak English who hung in there longer than 6 minutes. So, and it was Vegas that shut it down. I mean, basically what happened was he was supposed to be speaking at one place. He ended up speaking at another place. No one alerted all of the people that are there to talk to Carter Hart that this was happening. The reporters that he spoke to got one question in about the Hockey Canada situation. In particular, has he fulfilled the promises he made when he was signed by Vegas to do the work, get involved in the community, all of those things? He gave a word salad answer, and then Vegas PR killed the availability before there could be any follow-ups.
Oof. Yeah. Jmo, I mean, you were a long time PR man for the Eskimos.
I'm not do I like that they did that? No, I'm not surprised, Greg, but it does beg the question, how do you shield him through the rest of the Stanley Cup? I mean, there's going to be, he's going to be on the podium. post-game, win or loss, and that doesn't preclude someone trying to wedge in a question there, does it?
Yeah, that's why I thought it was a mistake. I mean, the whole point of Media Day is to try to get all of this stuff out of the media system. I mean, Freddie Anderson's a good example. He put out a statement about Claude Lemieux dying. He talked about it yesterday. There might be a question here or there about, the fact that he's playing this series in the man's honor in many ways. But other than that, there's not going to be a whole lot of questions surrounding it that he's going to have to answer. And in Carter Hart's case, I mean, just have at it. I mean, he's going to be evasive. He's not going to say anything of note. Just let everybody get their shots in, and then maybe you don't have to worry about him being asked about something like that in a later press conference. So I kind of think it was a mistake. I think they've made a few of them, obviously, in these playoffs. But I should say, I don't know if you guys know this, but this guy John Rosasco, who is a friend of mine, is the PR guy now for Vegas. They bought him on after the league punished them for the John Tortorella non-press conference against Anaheim. He used to work for the New York Rangers. He used to work for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's a very old pro at this game. And so not a surprise that things were handled hastily yesterday. It's calculated. They know what they're doing.
He's like a guard dog. He's the only guy in PR across any league that I've covered that has called me an a-hole to my face.
I got into an FU fest with him in the Rangers locker room one day about something I wrote on Twitter that was disparaging to the Rangers, because I'm a Devils fan. What am I going to do?
Sure.
And
your duty.
And so
man.
We got into it in the Rangers locker room, and I just remember Rick Nash was there, and he was just kind of staring at us like, what is happening? Because Rick Nash is not predisposed to have FU fests with people. Right. But I was told by Katie Strang, a good friend of mine who's a great writer for The Athletic, that having an FU fest with John Rosasco is sort of a rite of passage, and we've been friendly ever since then. But yeah, he's a guard dog is a good way to describe his comportment as a PR guy.
Greg, I would absolutely love, and here I am playing your editor, you to write the piece on Taylor Hall that wraps up his career. I know he's still playing, and he's playing exceptionally well for Carolina. I just find it fascinating to think of the young man who came to Edmonton. Now, many, many years and teams later, he's doing this on this stage and playing the kind of role he is. I'd love to have this career, encapsulated.
Yeah.
I did a bit of that earlier in the playoffs. I wrote about Taylor, I think during the Flyers series when he was sort of at his peak antagonism. Yes. But I mean, there's much more to be written about him. He's one of the great stories of the playoffs so far. The fact that you have this former Hart Trophy winner who he's kind of like Corey Perry if Corey Perry could still play like top 6 minutes.
Yes.
Like he's really great. I mean, he's kind of found a different role later in his career. Not only playing physically, he knocked Jake Sanderson out of the first round against Ottawa, but like, again, being a little bit antagonistic and really a wonderful symbiosis between him, Logan Stankoven, and Jackson Blake, his two line mates, who are two young kids. Hall's clearly, the older guy. There are players on this team that grew up watching Taylor Hall, which is kind of crazy to think he's that age now. But that line in particular, I think, has been the best line in the playoffs, and it's because of that balance between the veteran savvy and the offensive play that Hall brings and what those kids kind of give him. It's going to be, I assume they're going to see copious amounts of Mark Stone in this series because they've been that good. But I don't know. That might be even better than that defensive counterbalance.
They are certainly not in the Stanley Cup, obviously, but the Vancouver Canucks appear to be getting it right early as they try to reset that franchise. You had nice things to say about Manny Malhotra. Why is he the best choice?
I think he's just been on the right path towards becoming a good NHL coach, assisting with the right people, ran the show in the AHL for 2 seasons, won a Calder Cup. There are some people being like, well, what talent did he develop? I mean, well, that's more of an issue of drafting. And he's only been in the AHL for 2 seasons as a head coach. So, I mean, how many talents is he going to really churn out in that time? But I don't know. Like, I feel I'm cautiously optimistic about the direction Vancouver's taking. The caution is that it's very vibes based when you bring in the Sedins to run your team, right, and bring in Manny Malhotra as your coach. But it's not to say that Sedins can't run the team and build a winning culture there, and it's not to say that Manny wouldn't have been a choice behind the bench for a number of teams outside of Vancouver if they didn't bring him on first.
Greg Wyshynski joining us from ESPN inside the Firehouse Subs hotline. A couple of texts here in regard to Greg. Bones says, I nominate Wyshynski for SD Guest of the Year.
Oh,
I respect that very much.
Yes.
And Spency 5 cents, he says, I wish, pun intended, to have an FU fest with Wyshynski one day. With praying hands emoji.
I mean, get 2 beers in me and say the wrong thing, and there's always the chance that the Jersey Brooklyn in me is going to come out in public. But I'm more than happy to, man. It's the joy of what we do. Yeah. The joy of what we do is having those types of conversations, and at the end of the day, just shaking hands and talking about how much we hate the Leafs.
Oh, Greg, that's why you are the man. I give it one of those. All right, game 1 tonight. I know a lot of people are looking at what the Canes have done in this postseason, which has been immaculate, I think, for a lack of a better term. And then the surprise of what Vegas has been able to put together. Is it as simple as saying this is the Canes Cup to lose, or do you think there's more nuance to it?
I mean, there's more nuance to it because Vegas is the deepest team that they'll have played. And if this is a chess match, grinded out series, although I'm more confident in Carolina's offense than I've ever been, it's still going to take an effort to break through the Tortorella defense in front of a goalie in Carter Hart who's playing well, while also keeping the puck out of your own net. You know, there's part of me that's still cautious about, can they still score a big goal at a big time? They've shown that they can through 3 rounds. Does that continue on to a 4th round? Does Freddie Anderson play as well as he has in the previous 3 rounds? You assume so, but you can never take anything with Freddie for granted in the playoffs. But that being said, I mean, they're great, and there's probably a decent chance the series could be quick if Carolina gets off the blocks and shows that they're a juggernaut. Because I happen to think that Vegas is being very overrated in the sense that I don't think that their journey to the Cup final is as arduous as people make it out to be. They beat a Utah team that didn't know what it was doing. They beat an Anaheim team that, as you guys know, defeated a one-legged Connor McDavid in Edmonton who was exhausted and then, couldn't defend in the playoffs. And then they beat half of Colorado because they were all hurt. So, I mean, like, for all of the talk about what are the Flyers, what are the Senators, I mean, I don't think that Vegas has really, had the roughest road to get here either. So, I don't know. I've been really impressed with Carolina. I've obviously seen more of them than Vegas in person, so there might be some bias there, but I think they're going to win the Cup.
We shall see, and it all begins tonight. Greg, always good to see you, my friend. Thank you for the time. Enjoy the Stanley Cup final. Travel safe. And mix in a water, okay?
I shall. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody saying I should be guest of the year. I know this is just a gambit to get me to come up to Edmonton,
of course,
for the ceremony. And I'm not above that, so I appreciate your support.
Oh, he is the best. He is Greg Wyshynski from ESPN covering the Stanley Cup final. Thank you, Greg,
Thanks,
Greg. Very, very much. I love it. Great stuff there from Wyshynski in the Firehouse Subs hotline. Oh, gosh. We got to get to the wrap right away here. Of course, hour number 3 of the Nielson Show brought to you by GD Liquidators, auctions and appraisals. Mention EST, get 5% off anything new or used. Don't miss their monthly online auctions at www.gdliquidators.com. Canadian owned and operated. Make them your first call, 780-447-2787, or visit them at 14510 124th Ave. Just as we get set for the wrap. Anything there? Are you okay?
The Universal.
What was that?
The Universal.
sorry,
what was that move over there?
I was kind of just stretching.
That was weird.
Looking in the sky.
Yes.
Whatever you did there was weird.
Sorry.
Well, get used to it. I've been here several times with Tube, and occasionally you look over and go, what is he doing?
Yeah, I wonder that sometimes too.
Yes.
But it ends up being okay.
Thank you.
Okay. As we get set for the wrap brought to you by William Huff, I do need to mention that the Hlinka Gretzky Cup is coming back to Edmonton. The next generation of NHL stars are going to be in Alberta this summer. Tickets are on sale now. 2026 Hlinka Gretzky Cup in Edmonton and Red Deer. Visit hlinkagretzkycup.ca. Click on tickets to get a seat for a first-hand look at the future of hockey.
The mayor of New York. Not exactly breaking news, but it is charming. has signed an executive order.
Okay.
This is late yesterday. Mayor Mamdani in New York City. This executive order repeals kids' bedtimes for the Knicks finals run.
Nice.
So they don't have to go to bed, so they can stay up and watch the first NBA appearance since 99 for the Knicks. And they have not won it since 1973.
Phil Jackson was on that team.
But when they won in 73, yes. So stay up as long as you want and go nuts. But don't riot.
That's
you're little kids. So
a cheeky,
I love it,
and nice way to kind of endear yourself to New
and
York.
wedge your way into the biggest local story.
Yeah. Good PR, I would say.
Yes.
Very good. That's a good mayor right there.
I'm fascinated about this guy they brought in to do PR for the Golden Knights, being a former
John
guy
Rosasco.
myself. Yeah,
I can tell you the story as we get into the wrap, brought to you by William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, visit the team at WilliamHuff.com.
Who, by the way, did Commonwealth Stadium last night. I sent Bruce a note. I said, "Man, you look great."
Yep.
And he went, "Yeah, that's our team." And
they're
do good stuff.
Him and Lindy, tremendous, and the entire crew there in business since 1952. So they are incredible at what they do. I can vouch for that. You can vouch for that, Dave, with certainty.
Mm-hmm.
And look forward to seeing Bruce and Lindy on the 20th for Game 1 at home for the Elks. Of course, they kick off the season this Saturday against the Red Blacks in Ottawa. John Rosasco called me an a-hole at the MSG press box because they print out the lineup sheet and you get a little blurb about each player. Well, David Desharnais was playing for the Rangers at the time.
Yes.
And they inadvertently had mixed up him and Kevin Hayes in their bios. So it was David Desharnais,
that
6'5", 220 pounds.
Which he's not.
Left shot. And I screen grabbed it. I tweeted it. And I put, looks like Dave Desharnais has been putting in the work this offseason.
Oh.
And this little bulldog, "Hey, you Tom Gazzola?" "Yeah, man, nice to meet you." He's like, "Hey, John Rosasco, New York Rangers PR." I'm like, "Hey, man, what's up?" He's like, "Why are you such an a-hole?" And he said the full word. I'm not going to say it.
Yes,
we're on.
I understand.
And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Why'd you have to tweet that up?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "You threw our guys under the bus." And I'm like, "No, I didn't.
It's funny.
It was a joke."
Yeah.
He's like, "You made us look like we're dumb." And I'm like, "Oh my God, you sensitive little man."
Should have said, "You look pretty dumb right now, bro."
That's when, I'm like, whatever. Like, I can delete it if you want. If you're that offended by it, John.
The damage has been done.
Oh, yeah. He's like, "You do whatever you want, a-hole." And he walks away. And then you hear Jim Matheson yell, "Get it right."
Thank you, Maddie.
Yeah.
This is your fault, bro.
And I was like, So I went to JJ A. Bear, who's the Oilers PR, bit of a little guard dog as well. And I was like, "You get a load of this guy?" I'm like, "Should I be worried?" He goes, "No, that guy's a jackass."
Okay.
Like, "Oh, I'm good then." Anyway, blast from the past.
I don't like that guy.
No, he's like a typical little New Yorker.
I can
imagine. Have not worked in that league, but I can imagine.
Yeah. Him and Tortorella would see eye to eye on a lot of things and probably were two small men who looked out for each other. A lot of bark.
Mm-hmm.
No bite.
No bite.
Zero. Negative bite.
Torts has no bite? Or is it...
Well...
You've been around him a lot.
He loves dogs too, by the way.
Yes, absolutely.
I have not been around him a lot. I don't care for him or his style.
Okay.
Lots of bark. Maybe there's a little bite, but just, again, like, it doesn't need to be done that way. And I find it's actually to the detriment of his team.
See, I look at his stuff as performance.
It is.
But at times, and I worked for some difficult people in football. Don Matthews, notably, who would be kind of an equivalent, albeit CFL equivalent of a Tortorella.
Was he 5'3"?
Well, yeah, Don wasn't a tall man, but a former Marine.
Oh,
so that comes with a certain mindset.
Yes, sir.
And, a lot of what Don did, and I was standing, right to his shoulder, I thought was performance. And that's not a bad thing, because sometimes depending on the audience, you're going to get performance because you're either delivering a message to them or to your players or, wherever else those words need to travel to. Fans.
It's true. Some people really like that style, but
you don't get a long time to do it.
No. That's why I've seen some texts come in via the Paris Jewelers inbox saying, like, imagine they fire Tortorella after winning the cup. If that happens.
Now, if they lose, okay, let's go to a place. They bow out.
It could happen.
4, 5, 6, 7 games, whatever. And they go, well, that was a hell of a run. And Bill Foley likes the revenue, as he should. Everybody likes the push and what was done there. But they go, I don't know, is this sustainable?
It's probably short term.
And that's what it was. They didn't bill it as anything else. They announced he's coming in, to finish the job. And if the job doesn't get done,
they give him the Barry Trotz.
Or thank you for your service.
Appreciate the cup. We're out. Or if you lose, hey, good try. See you later. We're going to go get a new guy.
Entirely up to them.
Yep.
They control a bunch of stuff.
They really do.
They really do.
The fact that they brought in what Wyshynski said there.
That's some gangster stuff.
That's some gangsta stuff.
Yeah.
Little Spider Noir gangster stuff. You see? Gumshoes.
Yeah. They ain't dumb, Golden Knights. They ain't dumb.
I'll mix it into what did we learn today? I learned that the Golden Knights brought in John Rosasco, who used to be the PR guy from the Rangers.
Yep.
Called me an a-hole back in 2018.
Sure. You still bear grudge?
Well, I've never been confronted like
beef.
that. No, I got
beef.
I was just like, I've got beef. I learned that the Knights brought him in probably to handle difficult situations, primarily with John Tortorella, and then perhaps as support for Carter Hart situations.
Yeah, probably. And maybe some Mitch Marner defense.
And some Mitch, you know what? And a guy like that that goes on the offensive.
I don't know why Mitch Marner, frankly, everything about what he has done this season and certainly in these playoffs is celebratory. How he left Toronto or how it ended there.
Yep.
He refused to be traded to Carolina, correct? When Marner was presented with that, his representation, and he would have had a loud voice at the table, don't want to do that. That was a contract arrived at between Marner's camp and the Leafs. People seem stunned when players activate the no, they don't just acquiesce and say, oh, sure, trade me to Utah. It's his career, his life. And now what he's doing, I think it's a hell of a story. And I'm not a Leaf guy. I think he's a great player. Did great stuff in Toronto.
Might win a Conn Smythe.
Yes. Yes, he might.
I learned that 64% of the Nasties would approve. They approved this trade. 36% said no.
Refresh
but 64% said yes. The trade of the day, my trade of the day, was a 2026 second for Vancouver Canucks, Jake DeBrusk, left winger.
Is this your best result of the trades?
I think so, which is surprising because, to be honest, I wouldn't do this. I kind of just wanted to throw this out there to see what the Nasties.
It was an exercise.
Yeah. Which is surprising. I absolutely, I don't think I'd do this. No way. So 64% of the Nasties would. So that's interesting.
Interesting indeed.
Stuff.
The caveats I put in was Vancouver would have to retain salary.
They would have to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially if you're thrown in a second.
Palatable.
Yeah.
Edmonton with just 4 picks coming up in this year's draft as of right now. What are we watching tonight, boys? I assume it's game one, but let's...
Game one, baby.
Yes. Yeah. All eyes on it. Got to break it down tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you will.
In between talking about Cassidy and the Oilers.
And recapping with LT.
Beat that dead horse.
Yeah, the full recap.
Yes. LT should be fully recharged by tomorrow.
I would think
so.
Hopefully he enjoyed his morning. Had a great time at the match last night.
Yep.
2-0 Canada. Great result over Uzbekistan. 46,146 strong down at Commonwealth Stadium.
Well done.
Well done. And I also was intrigued by, speaking of Bruce and the team at William Huff, the pitch was down, but the new turf is going in. It's going to be nice and smooth. Remember how they had the raised mounds in the end zones?
Yes.
Yeah. So
very nice.
Looking good.
All look good.
Guys, thanks for having me today.
Hey,
yes.
Back at you.
Quickly, just a Royal Pizza text of the day.
I have one.
Yeah?
Yes.
Let's get to this bad boy.
Okay.
Tidy that up. Thank you, too.
Do I have that liner for Royal Pizza? I do. So Royal Pizza text of the day, still making it great with the best and freshest ingredients you'll find and top-notch service for over 55 years. Order online today at www.royalpizza.ca or visit one of their 14 locations in the Edmonton area. Available now for a limited time only, the Spicy Vegetarian. The text of the day brought to you by Royal Pizza comes from Vance Van Vandervan, who wrote, in Pulp Fiction, Jules and Vincent are sent to get a case some guys stole. They never show you what's in the case. So what's in the case? Is it A, Walter White's from the Big Lebowski's ransom scene? B, naked pictures of B. Arthur from the Lone Ranger's hostage demands from Airheads? C, Gary Busey? D, Hunter S. Thompson, a.k.a. Raoul Duke's drug collection? Vance Van Vandervan, well done. You're getting a Royal Pizza GC. Come on in and pick it up. You know where you have to go to get it. And we look forward to seeing you once again. Dave, thank you.
Look at that.
A hearty handshake.
Yes.
Thank you, YouTube, Trev.
Thanks, Tommy. I had a lot of fun today.
So did I.
Yes.
So wonderful. Thank you to everybody who listened, everybody who watched. We appreciate it. To all our guests and sponsors, a huge thank you. Coming up next, it's the EST Hangout with Matthew Wanek. If you keep it locked on Edmonton Sports Talk. And then, of course, on 95.7 Cruise FM, some tunes to get you into a dreary and cold and rainy Tuesday. Hopefully it's sunshine and good times in a day or two or so. For Jmo and YouTube Trav, I'm Tom Gazzola saying enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Ciao for now.